What's good, everybody? It's your boy Batman, and we are doing a reaction video to a debate between AFRO and Seth the Programmer, and I think Kabuki even gets involved as well, maybe. But it's going to be Minato versus the Akatsuki, the entire Akatsuki, by the way. So at the same time, all of them at once, okay? And Seth is obviously arguing for Minato. He's going to be coming with as many wanks as he possibly can. He's obviously going to be arguing for it in favor for Akatsuki. So we're going to be analyzing this debate. Obviously, depending on how the debate goes and everything, I would decide who I believe, in my opinion, won the debate. More likely, it'll probably be Seth the Programmer who will win because he's a good debater at the end of the day. I'm not saying he's always right about anything he fucking says, whether he believes it or not. I don't give a fuck. But he's a good debater. That I will at least give him. So we're going to check this out. Probably going to be very entertaining, very funny. It's not too horribly long. It is about like an hour long, so we might do this in like separate parts, maybe, or I'll just do it all in one go. What's it called? And either way, if I do it all in one go, if I ever find like long debates, guys, let me know what you prefer. Do you want me to split it in like parts to where when I react to it, or do you want me just to do the whole thing and just react? You know what I mean? Because you guys gotta remember, me reacting and commenting and responding to whatever's going on and you name it, makes it even more longer than what it is. You know, it's something to put into consideration. So you guys let me know. I'm just going to do the whole thing anyways. However long it is, I apologize. But just let me know in the comments if you want me to, for future debate videos. So whether if it's me reacting to it, you know, or if it's even me debating, do you want me to put it in parts, you know, or just to put the whole thing? Or better, if it's just me reacting, do you want me to do it into parts of the whole thing? Or if it's me debating someone, do you just want me to just put the whole thing since it's just me debating? You know what I mean? Like the whole thing, you know, why put it in parts, right? But you guys let me know. Let me know what you want to prefer. I know, because at the end of the day, for anyone that takes the time to view my reaction videos or my channel, anything, at the end of the day, you're sacrificing your time. And I don't want, you know what I mean, to make this to the point where it kind of makes you guys not want to watch or not, you know, whatever, because the video is too long. So that's something I kind of want to, you know, start feeling with you guys. If there's basically a mix of both answers and it's kind of balanced out, I'll just do either or. If it's really one-sided with one or the other, then I'll go that route, okay? So, but we're going to get into this video. Hope you guys enjoy, and obviously let me know what your thoughts are on this whole topic as well. Now, if just for me going off my memory and going off, like, if it really, as of now, like, obviously, without me doing my homework and yada yada, and you name it, and I am eventually going to come out with a Minato versus Akatsuki vid. It was a while back when I said that, but it's a lot of things have been going on my end, so it's been a lot of improvising, etc. And I just been very, very fucking busy. If I had the time, guys, trust me, I would do it. So it's been a lot, you know what I mean? But eventually that video is coming out. I have been releasing my own videos slowly but surely. I did a guy versus Kakashi. I did a fucking Minato versus Tobirama. The next one's gonna be guy versus Rinnegan Sasuke. Then it's gonna be the next video will be Minato versus the Akatsuki, and other than that, and then also an Obito video, kind of like of scaling Obito and my thoughts on the character overall, and you know, and basically, you know, just kind of like a pretty interesting. It'll be an interesting video. Trust me. But either way, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna watch this. Let's check it out. Let's get it.
I would personally say Itachi would take it, but for the sake of the debate, I'm gonna definitely have Minato just clap all of them at the same time.
Okay, so he thinks Itachi slaps Minato. Okay, that's fair. It's not unreasonable. If I'm being honest with you, it's really not unreasonable, bro.
Right? No KCM, nothing.
Yeah,
Itachi's goated.
We'll just do what Kabuki and Swag were doing. So
okay,
let's just
cool. All right. Yeah. Well, we're not having I feel like with how we are as a person, we don't really need a moderator. So
okay.
You go, I go, and you know, go on. So letting you guys know again in chat, it's Minato versus the Akatsuki. Base form Minato though, not the Edo. And yeah, I mean, there's not any rules really. It's just like if there's headcanon involved, it is. But really, facts is what wins this. And in the end, to everybody who's here and anybody who might ask in the future, what's happening, whatever. Just make sure mods and everybody, you let them know that you are the ones that are voting for what you think, whose point you thought is predominant that you agree with, and that's how we will settle who won this debate. That makes sense? We're gonna do like a voting system at the end, and you know, yeah, I think we'll both try to moderate this so it doesn't last forever. But regardless, this is for the sake of entertainment. I'm fucking excited. Let's get it. So you give your point for why you think Minato could wash the Akatsuki.
So Minato speed blitzes. So the speed blitz argument is that Minato has relativistic speeds to light. I can show you that calculation, but basically, the Raikage at bare minimum is the speed of lightning, and Minato is able to react to him at a point-blank range, only a few pixels in distance. And I can show you the full calculation for this, but this is actually relativistic to the speed of light if you say that the Raikage is the speed of lightning. And the fastest feat that the Akatsuki has is actually done by Naruto's Rasen Shuriken. And this is Pain reacting to a Rasen Shuriken at 5,000 Mach less. So Minato actually vastly blitzes to the point that they can't even see him move. And this is obviously prevalent as even the Raikage, who's one of the fastest shinobi alive, even at the time that he knows the Akatsuki and even Itachi.
One thing I'll say on that's interesting, okay, because he's referring to joining Minato. You know what I mean? What's it called? To where Minato is able to react like while Fist is like this close to his face, and he's able to like throw a kunai and teleport. You know what I mean? All that, which is a pretty crazy speed feat. But literally that happens. But if you guys don't remember, Pain, when he had a fucking Sage Mode Raisen Shuriken coming at him, it was like this close to his fucking face, and it was about to hit him, and then he just activates Shinra Tensei, and then bam, gone. So like, if we're being fair, some of the Akatsuki members, like of like their jutsu activation time, could still be able to compensate for the speed of Minato and the Flying Raijin. If you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like, so like, if Minato's like moving or whatever, like, sure, you could probably argue, but like, oh, Minato's just way faster, whatever, and like he goes, but then with the activation speed of his jutsu, that would just compensate for his combat speed or, you know, his reaction, if that makes any sense. But either way, it's interesting. I'm just saying, like, if we're going that mentality and that route, there's that to put into consideration. As for like other characters, I'm trying to as well think. No, not Hidan no Kakasu, Datara. No, yeah. Like, I can't really think of anything that comes on top of my head when it comes to the rest of all the characters, but like, as for like Itachi though, his Susanoo activation is also pretty crazy as well, like where he's able to react to Karen, you know what I mean, and activate his Susanoo to take the hit, like, you know what I mean, like that was pretty crazy. So like, I don't know, like Obito, Itachi, and fucking Pain, like those three are gonna be the big bad boys for, you know what I mean, for Minato. And I'm gonna be real with you, like their activation speed and whatnot, like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's gonna be the big problem. So even if you like you can argue for Minato to be faster, that's fine. But once again, Minato's not really bypassing Kamui unless Obito's materializing, which is what happened when they fought. And then Itachi, Susanoo activation will be fast enough as well. And then you have, you know, Pain with the, you know, the linked vision, the Rinnegan, you know, all his people as well, and fucking, you know what I mean, his jutsu activation. So I don't know, bro. Like, he could argue that way if he wanted to, but let's see what he says, and let's keep listening out to Seth.
And all those guys exist. He's still hailed as one of the fastest. He's getting blitzed by Minato, and like he has to be saved by Killer Bee, blah blah blah. And he also has the attack potency to one-shot any one of the Akatsuki. He's able to cut through Killer Bee's tentacle or the pseudo transformation of Killer Bee, and a pseudo transformation Killer Bee is able to tank Bijuu Damas from the Nine Tails inside of Naruto's consciousness when they were having that internal struggle. So actually, he does have the attack potency and the speed to end the battle in an instant. He was also able to react to Madara's truth-seeking orbs while a faster-than-light Might guy was rushing towards him. So he's able to even teleport while characters that are much faster than light are moving towards him, whereas the Akatsuki are dealing with lightning. So the difference is thousands-fold in terms of like who is actually winning this discussion.
Dope. I can ask you a question? Because you mentioned a really dope point that I was thinking to myself. You said how Minato can cut through Killer Bee. He did, in fact, if you guys remember, cut through Killer Bee's tail, like just with strength alone, with the kunai and shit, right?
Yep.
So
no restraint.
What happens when he cuts through Konan with the bombs, then that get around him, from Konan showing what he did to Obito in that little battle with the paper bombs that she had within her paper substitutions? What happens when he cuts through Konan, the paper bombs get on him?
So let me just ask you this. So for one, for her to do that, she has to activate the jutsu, right? Even all substitution jutsus are dependent on you activating them. If you get blitzed, you can't activate them. Even the Raikage, who is one of the fastest shinobi alive, he was not able to react to Minato. That's the point. So the jutsu is not being activated. What's going to happen if Minato is bloodlusted and he is serious and the calculations are giving are true, he blitzes and kills all of them before they can react. That's the problem.
Before they can react?
Before they can even blink, yeah. That's the argument.
That's the point. Now, with those calculations and those that's a really heavy explanation. Where was that in the war?
Where was what in the war? You mean when he?
From what you're saying, this man's like a tank, right? Why didn't he do that in the war?
Well, for one, reanimations are weaker, but he did do that in the war. He teleported away a 10 tails bijou bomb, and then he jumped in front of 8 gates guy, full 8 gates, who is so fast he can warp space by running. He jumps in front of him in Madara's True-Seeking Orbs and is able to teleport out of the way before the True-Seeking Orbs are even able to go through his jacket. So he's already competing with these god-tier characters even without his own god-tier powers. So yes, he is an absolute god, even in the war, while reanimated, and reanimations are weaker, if anything, than the originals.
But wasn't there a time in the war itself, too? Well, we're talking about base form, but I'm just asking in regards to, because speed and power...
That was base Minato.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, like, in regards to, like, the war itself, because I don't know, in regards to you're saying weaker, because, like, that's one detail, like, if you wanted to explain to myself and everybody else with the Edos being a little bit weaker, because Minato, in the war itself, seemed pretty strong for the most part, right? So what do you mean exactly by that, so we're on the same page before I continue? Because, like, for me, right, I'm just so we all on the same page. I read the manga, I read the anime, so I'm pretty much of the more basic person compared to, like, you looked at it from a different perspective entirely. So I want to get your perspective before I say my thing.
Okay, so what exactly are you asking for a repeat on?
Like you said, the Edos are weaker, right?
Okay, so yeah, the obvious biggest one of that is Madara comments how even Tobirama can't utilize his full power because he's a reanimated, like, Edo Tensei. And it's also stated that Tobirama himself also says, we're almost at full power. So no, they are not at all reanimated to their full power. And if anything, Orochimaru should have a more advanced version.
He didn't say almost, he says they're close to their original power. So meaning with that implication, you can imply that, like, let's say we're doing out of 100% of their power, right? Maybe they're 90% away from their power, or 95, or 80, or 85. When someone says close, okay, they're not going to say close for no reason, especially Tobirama. That's really dumb for him to do. So meaning it has to be within 80 to 90-something% of close to their power, and that's, you know what I mean, whatever, great, you know what I mean? It's not like he's saying we're half at our original power, or, you know, or we're far from our power, you know what I mean? Or we're, like, in the middle away from our power. Like, no, he says close. Excuse me. So you can't quantify that, unfortunately, but come on, the definition of close, that means they're almost pretty fucking close to their original power, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so, and even Orochimaru elaborates on that and says, I gave you guys, like, your full fucking power and strength, like, to the max that I possibly could do. You know, so they're still really fucking strong.
Than what Kabuto had, but it's still not even full power at that they're brought back as, if that makes sense.
Okay, I get you. All right, so for the sake of the argument, then I'll leave the Edos away. So I was trying to understand. So that's one detail that I wasn't too heavy on, rather. So just that out the way entirely. So with the Konan thing, with the tag's activation, Minato himself needs to activate the seals to be fast, more or less, right? Because a lot of his speed comes from, like, teleportation to the either kunais or the seals that he puts beforehand that was shown in the show.
No.
Correct?
No, his movement speed would have to be relative to that speed. Basically, his body has to react and be able to move even when that attack is point blank. So his body has synapses that fast. So he's able to actually react that fast. So like if you look at the Raikage scan there, you could see that.
So technically, Seth isn't lying on that. There's even a statement during the fight with Sasuke versus the Raikage, where the guy literally says that the Raikage's, like, reflexes and everything, his reaction speed, all that yada yada, are on par with the yellow flash. You know what I mean? Like with Minato's, like, teleportation, etc. So he's not wrong about that. So that is true.
Minato also throws his kunai in 2 areas before the Raikage can move that short pixel to his face. So yes, he is able to throw his kunai, teleport, and react all at those speeds that I listed before.
Okay. Understandable. All right, cool. So with Konan, I get that argument for one. Now, with his strength on Killer B, are you saying that Minato has the strength to also overwhelm all the Akatsuki?
He blitzes and one-shots all of them, yes. Before they blink.
Okay. So I get your point. So I'm gonna give my point. I was just mainly going on it to understand your point entirely before I speak, so I can understand where you're coming from entire 100%. So what I think that the Akatsuki easily washed Minato for. I get what you're saying with the strength of cutting the Killer Bee's tail, right? But I don't think that strength is relative to the techniques that all of the Akatsuki bring to the table. Number one, from what I remember from the show, right? Obviously, facts and whatever. Hidan and Kakuzu are pretty much immortal for the most part, right? And in order for one person to understand how Kakuzu's like immortality works in regards to all the hearts that he has, it's gonna take a bit of a one-on-one fight, right? But he doesn't have that time to do that with all of the Akatsuki there at once, you know? And it's more of a learning thing for Minato to learn what each and everybody's weakness is at the same exact time within this fight to be able to defeat them. The speed blitz thing for these members of the Akatsuki doesn't necessarily work because half these people just don't die like that. You know what I'm saying?
So,
and with Itachi itself, like as we mentioned, this is a Nami as well. Now that's a time loop that has to be started as well too. But in my opinion, I don't think Minato has that type of strength to overwhelm everyone in order to beat everyone in the Akatsuki.
Okay, well, let me just talk to you a little bit like this. Okay, so for one, the destructive power versus their destructive power, not relevant. Not at all sequitur. It's not like I'm saying Minato's gonna.
I'm not saying destructive power, more so technique.
I'm not saying Minato's gonna like chop through Pain's Chibaku Tensei or something. What I'm saying is that Minato has the speed to blitz them before they blink, and he has the attack potency to kill any one of them that is mortal, okay, mortal in one shot. Okay, that means all the Pains, Konen, Obito, all of them. Okay, the only ones surviving are Kakuzu. Hidan might be brought out of the fight if Minato chops his head off or chops him in half, which he can do, and maybe Sasori, because you'd have to learn that Sasori is a puppet with his thing in his heart or whatever, unless he got lucky and chopped him in half. But I'll give you that. I'll just say that Sasori maybe lives or something. So all of the mainstream Akatsuki members, Itachi included, are getting blitzed and killed instantaneously. So the only ones you have left are the immortal Akatsuki members, who are absolute fodder in comparison. It's not hard to learn that if you decapitate Hidan, he's not getting back up. It's not hard to learn that if you take out one of like Kakuzu's hearts, he's gonna die. And it's also not hard to learn that Sasori has an obvious weak point in his chest that even Deidara calls.
Like I had to lower my volume like 3 times, bro.
Calls an obvious weak.
So one thing, so what I'll say so far. Because Seth is kind of bullying him right now. So this is the interesting part. We all know that Minato is really fucking fast. Like, this motherfucker is very fast. You know what I mean? His body speed is fast. Like, even him utilizing the body flicker, you know what I mean? It can kind of replicate similar feats to the flying Raijin of teleportation. He's done it with, to save baby Naruto. He's done it many times before, okay? He did it to save Kushina as well. What's it called? Before the Nine Tails could kill her. Like, his body flickers crazy. His reaction, reflexes, and all that is on the same level as a teleportation. Flying Raijin literally alters space and time itself to where everything basically is moving in slow motion while he's moving at full speed. You know what I mean? So Minato is a fucking beast, okay? So this is where it gets interesting. Now, the best way to argue against Minato not being able to just speed blitz and kill in one shot all of them is going to be basically with Pain's linked vision. Okay, his linked vision, as long as he can monitor and see where Minato's at or whatever, you know what I mean, then he's going to be just fine. What's it called? Like, you know what I mean? And this is basically that. So with Pain's linked vision, also, you know, you got to put into factor with the summonings as well. So there's summonings and shit, like in one of them's hiding. You know what I mean? Like, Minato's also going to have to deal with like an infinite dog as well. But either way, like, you have all that to put into consideration. But with the link vision, that's going to go a long way. Because as long as they're watching, you know what I mean, and looking, even if Minato teleports and is about to kill one of them, they're going to still see, okay, and then they can be able to react and move accordingly, okay? And that's just how it is with the Rinnegan. Like, it's literally stated over and over and over. It doesn't matter about speed and all that and everything. That as long as, whenever you're fighting against a Rinnegan user with the link vision, that the only way to overcome that is to either blind their vision or to fight them one-on-one, basically. You know what I mean? So as long as they're together and watching, that's going to be really tough. You could argue that could negate Minato's speed, basically, and allow them to deal with that. When it comes to Itachi, you could argue with his activation time of his Susanoo, that can be able to help and everything. Or better yet, you could just even argue that he has, pretty similar combat speed and reaction speed as well. You know what I mean? And can also use body flicker technique. Like, we even saw him fucking trading hands and going blow for blow with KCM Naruto, who's heavily compared to the Yellow Flash, to Minato. So there's that to put into consideration. So you could easily argue that technically Itachi should be able to react and move accordingly. And then along with, Pain, with the massive amount of chakra that he has, like, bro, what a lot of people forget, Pain has both Madara's Rinnegan. Do you know how much fucking chakra and power both of those Rinnegans have? How much that can amp you? It is literally stated by Obito, where Obito states it has so much power, with chakra and visual prowess alone, to where he almost lost his mind and went insane just from one. And that's why he could not utilize two. He had to use only one. Okay? So, like, not only does the Rinnegan amp you and make you more powerful with chakra and everything and the visual and all that, but, like, this motherfucker has both eyes. You know how much chakra that would fucking take? So, Nagato has crazy amount of chakra. Okay? Crazy fucking stupid amount of chakra. And obviously with the more chakra and stamina and everything, that can make you be able to be fast, increase your speed, strength, you name it. So that, you know what I mean? Like, Pain, they're going to be able to react. They're going to be able to deal in see Minato and whatnot. Then you have, Konan, which with Konan, she's a little weird. Like, you could argue easily that Minato would just straight up speed blitz and just kill her instantly before she could even do anything. That's fine. But, like, if you think her jutsu activation with her paper body, which is kind of like a different version of Kamui in a sense, like, if you think that can, like, fucking, be able to activate in time and everything, then there you go. Then you have Obito. Like, we literally saw a stronger version of Minato, because mind you, Seth is talking about a weaker version in compared to the fourth Hokage. Fourth Hokage Minato is stronger. So, like, the stronger version of Minato fought against Obito as a 14-year-old, and basically was kind of pretty equal. You know what I mean? Just with their movement speed was on the same level and everything, and Obito's Kamui was doing very well against Minato's attacks, and it took for Minato to use the Flying Raijin at the exact moment when Obito was materializing. So, if Obito can, react and whatnot, Itachi would be able to too, because Itachi has had many, conversations with Obito, kind of threatening him or, kind of making his terms and basically say, no, fuck you, whatever, and all that. They kind of had like a rivalry and everything. And Obito was, afraid of Itachi in certain measures and degrees. You know what I mean? So there's that to put into consideration. And Itachi was, around with Obito's caliber. So, Obito would be fine. Pain would be fine. Obito fought against Konan, and she was able to react to Obito. You know what I mean? Like, she was able to react and not just immediately get speed blitz and Kamui. Like, she did just fine with her abilities. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, with all that to put into consideration and kind of connecting the dots, now that they're really thinking about it, I don't even think Konan gets fucking blitzed either, because, you know what I mean? Like, it never happened to Obito, you know what I mean? So, like, why is it going to happen to Konan? if fucking, and they went at each other and literally fought. Like, we saw that fight. So that does help as well. So Konan would technically be fine, and she could be able to react and, and fucking utilize her jutsus. Then you have Hidan. Hidan's getting blitzed. He's getting his head cut off. He's out of the equation. Kakasu, would get fucked as well. But you could argue that fucking, he's not going to be down for the count. Maybe one heart goes or just cuts like a part of his body, and that's it, and then it just reattaches. So Kakasu would still be involved. Sasori would still be involved as well. Kasame's a fucking beast. That man can literally heal. So even if Minato just slices his neck or whatever, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be, like, he'll be fine as well. He can literally heal attacks. He can turn into his Biju transformation, and whatnot. Or summon a fucking water bubble and shit. Like, Kasame's a beast. That motherfucker also has crazy amount of chakra and stamina. Like, crazy fucking chakra and stamina, bro. He's a monster. And he's able to react to, like, Killer Bee, you know what I mean? And fucking react to perfectly fine. React to V2 as well and get more powerful and just bully fucking Killer Bee. So, like, Kasame would be fine as well. So really, the only person that's really getting taken out of the picture is going to be Hidan, Well, everyone else is still going to be there after Minato has done his teleportation blitzing thing that he normally always does, which is in character. You know what I mean? And Minato's in character wise is normally always bloodlusted as well. So while he just did his flying Raijin and teleporting and everything, okay, and doing his thing, the only one that's really going to drop, in my opinion, would be Hit-On, okay? While everyone else would still be alive due to either their jutsus, activation, you know, or the linked vision and all that, or better yet, just them being also to still move and perceive Minato and be able to react to him. The only time Minato really is going to be a very big threat is if he uses Body Flicker or if he utilizes, you know what I mean, Flying Raijin. You know what I mean? But that's basically about it. Like, so it kind of just gets to that point, you know, and then not only that, like when Minato's Rasengan, he slammed it on Obito, and Obito was able to be perfectly fine. He just lost an arm, and he was still able to get up. So that's another thing, like just saying, like his AP, you know what I mean? It's not to the point where like it instantaneously killed Obito. It just, you know, injured him. So that's something also to put into consideration. So that's kind of what's going to happen. You know what I mean? That's basically what's going to happen. I mean, all of them are going to still, you know, be okay. They're going to be able to react and use their jutsus and whatnot. Like, the only way Minato is really doing some crazy damage is, like, if he, like, throws a whole bunch of kunai, right? You know what I mean? So he can teleport everywhere, like he did with the Raikage. You know, but even if, like, he's teleporting doing the Flying Raijin, which at that point, you know, they're all kind of fucked, and it's going to be really hard to perceive and deal with Minato while he's moving so fast, which is altering space and time itself. You know, like, it's to the point where, you know, basically Minato's just going to be, like, doing his thing. But see, the problem is, you know, fucking, another thing, like, when Minato throws his kunai, you know what I mean, and does that thing, he has to throw them first or do a mark first, you know what I mean, in order to incorporate those speed techniques, you know? So while he's doing that, that will give the Akatsuki members time to either do like a shadow clone, substitution, or to activate their abilities, you know what I mean, or Susanoo, whatever, like they're going to be fine, you know? So it gets to the point where, you know, once that goes, those guys, they're still going to be standing, and then you're going to have Minato kind of come in and fucking like, and just teleport and shit. And, you know, in all honesty, like, if I'm really being honest, fucking, I believe the Pains would still be able to deal with the Flying Raijin. The only reason why is because the linked vision, you know what I mean? So they'll be able to see and everything. You know, but, like, it's like, it gets to the point where, you know, while he's doing his teleportation, they see it, but the question is, can they react? You know what I mean? Can they really react? So they won't be able to react while he's teleporting, obviously. That's not happening. But the moment he teleports and then he's bam back, you know what I mean? And then he's about to do his attack, you know? At that point, they could be able to react. You know what I mean? Remember, Obito wasn't able to react when Minato did his Flying Raijin because Minato literally teleported above him and was behind his back on his, like, you know what I mean, his blind side. Okay, to where now he can't defend himself or anything because he was already in motion, you know what I mean, to grab him. And basically that's that. While, you know, all the other characters, you know what I mean, like that could happen to one of them as well. But fucking, you know what I mean, if they're seeing it, you know, they can at least react and try to help before he does the lethal blow, if that makes sense. That's kind of like the only way you can really argue against someone that's arguing for Minato like this, how Seth is. But that's basically that. Like, they can definitely be able to react. They can definitely be able to do things. Like, if you analyze the fight between Obito and Minato, and then, you know, and then even with, like, how Conan did against Obito, you know what I mean, which arguably should be, like, a stronger version, too. You know, you have all that to put into consideration. Then Pain, his hacks abilities, you know what I mean, like, the Rinnegan. Like, even with Minato's speed, like, if Minato is there in front of all of them, and he sees them, bro, like, what, I'm sorry, but, like, if Pain does, like, his universal pool, okay, and it's like, oh shit, you know, he's gonna have to teleport, and guess what? He's just gonna teleport, and then fucking, you know what I mean? They're gonna know, okay, so he can teleport, and he's really fucking fast, you know. And they're immediately gonna be doing countermeasures and getting ready. Like, it's gonna be fucking tough for Minato, bro. It's not like they all just are there, and then Minato just throws his kunai, you know, moves, and they're all dead. You know, like, that's just not happening, bro. Like, it's just not. Like, if he has, like, 1v1 situations, you know what I mean? Like, he could be able to create an opening and be successful with the Flying Raijin. But like with all the entire Akatsuki, bro, where they're all looking and helping each other and everything, I don't know about all that, you know. So because you guys gotta remember, all because Minato has the reaction speed and reflexes and everything, you know what I mean, along which to help with his teleportation. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean it does the same exact effect as the flying Raijin. The flying Raijin basically makes things freeze in slow motion, like in time. Space and time itself, it's altering. So that is, you know, a broken jutsu. Minato cannot do that with his body. He has the speed to be able to incorporate and react along with the flying Raijin. You know what I mean? But he's not, his body isn't a Hack's ability. You got what I'm saying? Like, they're totally two different things. So, but either way, we're going to get back into the video. I'm sorry for ranting for so long. I just kind of wanted to, like, give some ways you can kind of say how the Akatsuki can deal and go whatever. You know, or you could just go the route Seth is going and just heavily fucking wink Minato, you know, like, and just to the point where he's just so god tier speed where he just shits on all of them. Before they blink, they're dead, you know?
Just like Datara could call it an obvious weak point, a prodigy like Minato will definitely catch on to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I can agree with that. You're saying that everybody who's mortal can die, which with the speed blitz logic in hand, that is true. You know, with having the facts that he can cut the killer beast tail off immediately, which is like a jinchuriki, right? That's like a weapon that each country has. It's like it's a prominent thing, correct? But with the whole technique aspect of it, it's a matter of the order of how he kills who first to be able to do that, though.
So what I'm saying is that he would try to kill all of them in an instant.
But he couldn't, though. That's the thing.
Well, he would try to. That's the point. So like, okay, so let's say this. So let's say this. He goes around and just attempts to chop off all their heads or something, because he does go for the throat, right?
Right.
We've seen that in the show. So he chops off all their heads or tries to. All the ones that are mortal just dies. Hidan is probably out of the fight. Maybe Kakuzu puts his head back on in time. It doesn't really matter. Hidan's not really relevant, really. So he chops off everyone's head that's relevant. And then the only ones left are the mortal ones, because he is going for the kill, and he is able to blitz them like they are moving in slow motion. So yes, he is going to run rounds through all of them, and then as say maybe Kakuzu or something falls down, because Kakuzu still feels pain. Even when he was fighting Kakashi, he fell down when he got certain attacks and groaned in pain. So he'll probably fall down, act like they're all dead. They'll fall down, and then later on when Minato says he's like he won or whatever, he'll notice, oh, Kakuzu's still alive, Hidan's still alive, and Sasori might have just busted out of his puppet or something. So those are the only ones that can logically survive a bloodlusted Minato blitzing all of the Akatsuki.
Okay. And with what I remember, like he necessarily could blitz through the Akatsuki.
Not even though, like Obito would be alive, Kamui, Itachi, Susanoo, like Pain, you know what I mean? Like Pain as well, fucking what's it called? You know, like he could be able to react and do shit, you know, like I don't know, bro.
Activation of Konan's jutsu and Itachi.
He can't activate it. She doesn't have the speed to activate it in time.
But that's,
that's another thing too. Like if Pain has the resurrection path like away, and he's like being smart and strategizing whatever too. Like if I'm being honest with you, it's not really in character for Pain to have all the passive pains like right off the whip. He will develop a strategy to fight, you know, depending on who the opponent is and whatnot, you know. So for all you know, he could just have like the summoning path of Pain only there, you know, and everything, or just Tendo, whatever. And you know what I mean, like instead of just not all of them. I'm just saying, I mean, that could be a thing. Now, if you want to apply like all of them are there, then that's fine. But like, you know, either way, like, fucking, all I'm saying is, if they're all there, basically, yeah, Minato can teleport whatever and move. But the moment Pain uses Universal Pull, Minato's fucked. Like, he's gonna have to teleport, and then at that point they're all gonna know he can teleport, you know what I mean? And then from there, like, fucking, you know, they're just gonna do what they gotta do, you know?
Of how fast that Konan would die amongst Itachi and everybody else
you would have to prove
beforehand.
You would have to prove that she has at all relative speed to the sub-relativistic to light speed. And if anything, I could argue Minato's probably the speed of light using some guides. I'm just taking a little bit easy. But you have to prove that Konan is at all relative to that speed to be able to activate her jutsu. Otherwise, it does not happen.
See, now this is what makes it difficult for this debate specifically. Because using base in the Minato, there's only so much that we have in regards to him. No, I get what you're saying. In regards to your argument, you definitely do have enough, right? But there's so many techniques that the Akatsuki have as a whole that stop Minato, like off rip, right? Speed is one thing entirely for sure that just ends that. But with the Uchiha, which there's two on the team with Obito and all.
Oh, that's another thing. Like if Itachi is spamming a Mataratsu, You know what I mean? Which he could do to all the Minato's kunai markers and everything. Like, what the fuck does, you know what I mean, does Minato even do then? Where now he can't even teleport and all that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying,
Itachi, there's Izanagi with Izanami as well.
They die instantly. They can't use any of their abilities.
I don't think that's how the eyes work, though. Not with Izanami Izanagi. Or Izanagi
Well, if you're dead, you can't activate them.
But they could use it immediately before they die, though.
But they can't react. Their synapses won't even fire in their brain to activate it. Also, you'd be implying that they would instantly activate those jutsus, which they've never done before. I mean, Itachi literally didn't even activate it versus Kabuto until like his brother almost died numerous times. Like, there's no way in hell he's gonna activate it in a synapse fire. And by the way, there's no speed feats for Itachi to prove he can even react or activate it within that synapse fire. So no, he can't activate any of his eye jutsu. You have to give me some speed feats to prove it.
The argument is, like, for me, I get what you're saying 100%, but I just don't. Minato's not a character that can overwhelm them, though. Like, with speed, I can.
Why?
But like with the kunai itself, right? That is a setup that has to happen for him to throw that, to do all that.
That's all he needs. Why does he need anything other than the kunai?
I mean, that's a good point. That is 100% a good point.
The kunai is what tore through B and Raikage. Not a Rasen God or anything.
Yeah. That is 120% a good point.
Yeah, I mean, like, I understand, like, but it can seem a little bit wacky. But sometimes, like, anime debates just kind of boil down to this, because, like, you might be able to just say, like, the author was just, like, wrote like, certain ways, like, or what.
I could literally come through and just give headcanon. That's the thing with anime debates that is difficult, because we haven't seen these matchups. So you have no choice but to go off of facts. Like, that's what you have to go off of.
Right.
Now, I know the facts of how Susanoo would work, and everybody's techniques would work. But with what you're saying, exactly, with everything happening in the Flash, it's kind of hard for those techniques to work. He's called the Yellow Flash.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some debates just, like, boil down to that. Some characters just are just written with, like, a weird way to scale them, like, in a sense of appearance, whereas the other characters kind of require a little bit more wiggle room, and they just kind of fall flat of the narrative. So some debates happen like that, and unfortunately Minato versus the Akatsuki is one of those debates. But I totally understand, like, it's totally wacky, right? Like, the entire Akatsuki. But yeah, I think people also underestimate Minato, and his feats in the war are just insane. Like, he was written to be like the OP guy in part 1 of Naruto, and people kind of forgot about that because of Hashirama, right? Because Hashirama was then, like, wanked off to fight Madara or something. But he is a really strong dude, and I think people don't give enough credit.
I mean, I actually have to 100% agree, honestly. Like, I could sit here and talk about, like I said before, but, like, activation is a big thing. And if it's in a Flash, like, he could literally just...
That is definitely,
honestly.
That is definitely one of the weaknesses of the Shinobi and Naruto, is that they have to activate everything. And a lot of things aren't... Like, with Hidan, his is always activated, like his immortality, so is Kakazu's, and that's what gives them an advantage. They don't need to activate certain things. Some things are already always going, but most Shinobi have to activate things to be able to fight back against blitzes, and that's a big weakness that Minato could definitely abuse. And that's why even in the age of Hanzo, Nagato, all of the Akatsuki, Minato was one of the few people during the war where they're like, no, just run. Just get away. Just run away if you at all see him, just dip, like, run, please. So there's a reason he was so feared. Without a doubt. Yeah.
I feel that. Yep. I mean, honestly, I have to be real, because, like, I am a regular anime watcher. Like, the only things I can say is very limited in regards to from what I could argue against that point. So I'm gonna give you that. I have to give you that. I have to 100% give you that. So there's no need for the vote on that one. But I'm curious. So you said something too. I want to hear your point on that. With Itachi going against Minato, how would you address that?
Okay, so if the debate is over, right? The debate's over.
Yeah.
Okay, debate's over. If I were to argue Itachi versus Minato, I would bring something along the tables of, for one, Itachi scales to EMS Sasuke, and EMS Sasuke scales to KCM1 Naruto in the War Arc. KCM1 Naruto late War Arc is faster than KCM2 Naruto at the start of the War Arc. So I'll show you some scans of this real quick. Hold on. Basically what happens though is just Naruto gets caught by Obito in his KCM2 form, and then later on he's casually able to just snap away from Obito at any time he wants to. So like, here's him later on in the war, even while tired, just getting away from him. And then hold on, this is the one where earlier in the war he gets grabbed by the same guy while like right in front of him, no less. So he gets a lot stronger, and then EMS Sasuke is actually comparable to that Naruto, who's late game, multi-continental fucking Naruto or whatever, because of the Ten Tails Cataclysms, all this bullshit. But basically, the whole Minato versus the Jubito and My Guy thing as well, that doesn't work for a few reasons, because obviously Sixth Gate Lee was also able to react to that Madara, as well as the fact that characters like Gaara and Kakashi were also reacting to Ten Tails Madara. It was kind of just more like a plot thing than something to actually scale them with, as well as the fact that the Raikage is not nearly as fast as this KCM Naruto. KCM Naruto blitzed the Raikage no problem, even before KCM2. So there are a lot of things that could... Obviously, that's not the most concrete argument, but that's just kind of a general direction you can kind of go with Itachi versus Minato to kind of give him more leeway, obviously. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I give you that 100%. I mean, for me, from the argument that I heard beforehand, as a casual anime watcher, I thought I had more, but I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I just don't. I have to give it to you 100%.
Yeah. My arguments are a little bit different than most people's, because obviously I kind of do this a lot more. Like I'm always in like these debate tournaments and stuff. I'm always trying to look for new calculations and metas and stuff. So obviously my arguments are going to be a lot different than most YouTubers that you could debate about or talk to. And that's why Kabuki probably was a little timid to get into a debate with me. No shade or anything, but
no, like I think definitely with the whole Kabuki thing, like you definitely came at him south, and I understand why he didn't want to do that, because it was just something else entirely.
Okay,
but for me, I'm just like, fuck it, let's get it. And I thought it was entertainment.
Yeah,
but
if you don't,
it was not entertainment because I just got fucking washed.
It's no problem.
But that was definitely what's up.
Yeah, Afro, he just kind of gave up. If I'm being honest, that man just said, all right, bro, yeah, you're right, 100%, you know, and that was it. Like, he didn't even try to fight back. He didn't even try to look for things or anything. Like, damn, it'd be like that, bro? But no, like I said, guys, you know, if you're arguing in favor of Minato, obviously if you're just wanking the motherfucker as high as you possibly can, and you go about it with certain arguments and certain feats that Minato has done in the war and then before and everything, you could clearly be able to establish, like, you know, like a clear fucking, you know, just a very clear, simple argument that, oh yeah, he did speed blitzes, they're all dead before they could even do anything, and that's it, simple, right? You know, whatever. But, you know, if it's not that route, and you have to go against that route, the main way you can argue for the Akatsuki, though, is obviously with, you know, the Immortals. That's going to be a big deal. You know what I mean, with the linked vision of the Rinnegan and how powerful Pain is. If you go through, you know, his scaling and kind of show the feats and everything and whatnot, you can do that as well. Obito's Kamui is going to be very useful. Itachi, you know, Itachi's very fucking fast, able to react and, you know, and fight against KCM1 Naruto, you know, which is literally the exact comparison to Minato that fought against A and B, that literally immediately when Seth was starting off to even scale and do his whole thing to begin with. So, like, you have that Itachi, you know what I mean? Like, overall, you could connect the dots and establish that at least the higher tier Akatsuki members, like Kasame, Itachi, Obito, and Pain and whatnot, and Nagato, and even Konan, because she was able to react and fight an older version, stronger version of Obito as well, to where they could be able to react and at least react and activate their jutsus and everything. And that's something you can be able to go off that. At that point, if you're looking at certain things to get them on the level of Minato, you know, and then with, you know, their abilities like Amaterasu, Susanoo, and everything Pain can do and whatnot, like, better yet, it even gets to the point where, like, what do you even think is faster? I mean, like what if fucking Obito just immediately places him in Genjutsu, or Itachi does Minato in Genjutsu? Speed's not going to do anything. He was put in Genjutsu. You know what I mean? Like, you have that. Then you have Pain using Universal Pull, which is going to force Minato to have to teleport with a kunai or something, or throw it. You know what I mean? So like there's that, or better yet, if Minato does throw all his kunines, Pain could just Almighty push all those back, you know what I mean, to make it useless. Like there's ways, you know what I mean, like they could be able to react, they could be able to do things, you name it, and overall it's just basically just that simple, So jutsu activation, everything, that'll be fine. That would allow them to kind of contend with Minato and do their thing. It's literally shown with Obito, it's shown with, how Conan fought Itachi, it's shown with him, so they're all fine. And we've seen Kasama be able to fight Itachi as well. Excuse me, you know what I mean? So like those type tier characters could be able to react and fight against Minato. Then you have the point where it gets to like the lower tier, like Hidan, Kakasu, and or Sasori and Datara, and like literally to that point, I would say more than likely, like if Minato's able to, like if he's able to get off his kunines and throw them, before any of the members can react to like deal with those kunines or whatever the case can be, you could easily argue that Datara is dying, Hidan is dead, and and what else? And that's about it, really. If I'm being honest with you, everybody else would still be alive, but either way, like. It's just that simple. That's just the main way to go about it. It's really that fucking simple. I don't even think it even gets to that point, because the moment Minato starts trying to utilize his kunine, they're going to be aware of his status of him being the yellow flash and the fastest, ninja, yada yada, that he teleports and all that. So the moment they see this man just coming out with multiple kunines to try to throw, like they're smart ninja, you know what I mean? Like they're going to be reacting, try to counter that and everything, deal with them with all the abilities and jutsus, you name it. It's like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be really fucking hard for Minato. He's going to be very fucking pressured. Like, you guys got to remember, Minato is being pressured by Obito, okay? Just by Obito alone, all right? So, and that's a weaker Obito. So then take that Obito, okay, and do a stronger one along with everybody else. It's like, what, it's like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not believable that he's gonna be fucking just speed blitzing and killing all, whatever. Like certain ones, yes, but not all of them. You know what I mean? They're not fodder ninja. It's not like he's just attacking like thousands of fodder ninja or tuning or jonin or whatever. We're talking about the Akatsuki. You know what I mean? Very, very powerful ninja. Okay, so that's just something to put into consideration. You can go that route to kind of establish scaling and how they could be able to react and utilize their abilities and everything. And that's just that simple. And even if you don't even want to go that far, like, you guys got to remember as well, like, Pain, like, he has crazy durability. Like, he really fucking does. Like, crazy fucking durability, like, and all that. It literally takes a lot to put them down, to the point where even Naruto states that for Pain, he had to take out the rods to make sure he couldn't get back up. You know what I mean? So, like, even if like Minato's like slicing all the pains or whatever or whatever, and they weren't able to react for some reason, even with the linked vision and everything, and you really want to say that Minato just goes in there and kills every single one, okay, they're gonna get back up, okay, or at least the stronger one like Tendo or even the robotic Pain, you know what I mean? You could easily argue they would still be in the picture, you name it, because of their durability or just how powerful, or better yet, like, they're dead corpses. They're already dead. They're being controlled by chakra receivers, by chakra itself to amp them and everything, and you name it. So, like, a kunai strike to a path of pain isn't going to just fucking take care of them. It could injure them. You could argue that, you know what I mean? Unless Nagacho's amping them with chakra for their durability and shit. But, like, that's about it, So, overall, that's the main way how you can argue against Minato, just straight up speed blitzing and getting rid of, whatever. But that's just about it. It is what it is. In all honesty, it's basically the way I see how the fight goes is, Minato's going to try to fight, utilize his kunai and everything. The Akatsuki are going to immediately all start doing all their moves. Like, Pain's going to be doing universal pull while all the other ones are going to be running and reacting and try to go for the kill and shit. And it's going to be to the point where it's like he just either gets overwhelmed, can only teleport for so long to react and deal with them and shit. Or then it gets to a point, like, guys, you also got to remember, I forgot to mention this. Killer B, a young Killer B, was able to react to Minato. He was literally about to stab him in the stomach. So if you're telling me, like, Killer B can be able to react while Minato fucking teleported with Flying Raijin, you really, really think, the Akatsuki member is going to be able to do it, like, or certain ones, the powerful ones. It's like, come on, bro. You know, like, so overall, like, he's going to get overwhelmed. It's going to be really tough, you know, and then probably the best combo to do, if I'm really being honest with you, would be a fucking universal pull, rip Minato's eyes out and he can't even fucking see, or better yet, universal pull and then fucking and then Itachi does a Mataratsu to where the kunines are and everything, to where if he teleports he dies. So it's either get killed by the universal pull or die by a Mataratsu. You know what I mean? Like, and that's it, he's dead. You know, or universal pull and then let's say Minato tries to teleport out, right? And he does that. Then Itachi or Obito just genjutsus him. And it doesn't even matter if he teleports or not. Like, he's going to be genjutsu'd at that split moment. They all just go and he's dead. You know? So, I don't know what to tell you guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's really that simple. Then if Itachi has Susanoo and everything, like, yeah, Minato has Rising Gun and all that. But, like, you know, it's going to take a lot to fucking go through Itachi's Susanoo. Especially if it's the Yatamir. That's not working. Like, Minato would have to go into Sage Mode for him to remotely even have any fucking chance. If I'm being honest with you. He would have to go into Sage Mode, which he would need a moment, just one brief moment to activate, and they're not going to give him that moment. It's not going to happen. Like, he would either have to do Shadow Clones along with teleporting or whatever, or something, I don't know, to kind of create time and distance, and then activate Sage Mode, and then bam, he can go. But, like, and if he's in Sage Mode, then that will definitely really fucking help out a lot and go a long way, but... You know, that's the only way I really see Minato pulling it off and winning the fight is if he's able to activate Sage Mode and go from there. But if not, he's dead. He's dying, bro. Like, there's only two arguments. Sage Mode, or he just straight up speed blitzes and kills them all. It's that simple. Or Akatsuki, they overwhelm him and kill him, or just counter his teleportation abilities, okay, and he dies. You know, Genjutsu Universal Pull, that's also another win con. Or Universal Pull and Mataratsu. Then you also have what was the other thing? To where pain, like if let's say he's not having all the passive pains, it's just, you know, certain ones, that can also be really bad for Minato. So, like, there's many ways they can go about it. I mean, the Akatsuki aren't dumb, they're not stupid, you know what I mean? Like if Kishimoto actually wrote that to happen, I'm telling you right now, he would not write Minato just killing the entire Akatsuki in a second. There's no way he would do that. No way. You know what I mean? Like, not against characters like that. It doesn't even narratively make sense. So, but that's all I'm saying. But as for like a debate and all that, whatever, sure, fine. But that's all. You know, if we're applying integrity and really being honest, it's not happening.
Yeah. Me in. Kabuki want a debate?
Yeah.
I mean, we could switch it up. Because, like, for me, I only know so much about this shit.
Like, oh, another thing too, though, if it's Casey and Minato, though, he fucking washes them all up. I'm being honest with you. Like, Casey and Minato is going to body them. Like, the only one that it's arguable to still maybe be alive would be, like, Obito, Itachi, and Pain. And also, that's about it, yeah. But, like, that man, he's a monster. He's a fucking monster. You know what I mean? Like, he's so fucking fast and powerful and everything. Like, you know, so, and if Minato just basically from moving alone and teleporting, you could definitely argue that he just straight up speed blitzes, you know what I mean, and fucking fucks him up and whatnot. But, you know, unless you still think, you know, Pain could be able to react and whatnot, which, to be fair, Pain was able to react, you know, to Casey and Naruto as well, like, well, not Pain, but Nagato. You know what I mean? And so if Nagato's able to kind of react and deal with him and whatnot, you know, like, what's to say why Pain couldn't be able to and shit, you know? But either way, like, you know, you could make arguments still, but, like, I don't know. It's a lot more believable that Minato's taking it 9 times out of 10. Like, Minato's a beast with KCM. Like, and if he, like, goes into his avatar BG transformation and just shoots a fucking tail beast bomb, Obito would be alive. But fucking, but Itachi, like, he would have to use the Yatamir, which that would reflect, you know, or take care of it, and he would still be alive as well. Which, unless you guys, like, think, like, the explosion, like, you know what I mean, since it goes around and everything as well, like, it would just hit other areas of the Susanoo and he dies. But I think the whole point of the Yatamir is, like, if once an attack hits it, it just makes it go, so he would be fine still. And the Susanoo defense is very fucking powerful. Like, to the point where it's able to even block against Jubito level Truth-Seeking Orb attacks and shit. So, either way, like, Itachi would still be fine. Obito would be, and then you could argue for Pain to utilize like Shinra Tensei or the absorption like orb around him. This way he can absorb the chakra and the impact or whatever. You could do that too, but or fucking Pain could just like go inside the dog's mouth, and then be able to take the explosion that way. The dog's like immortal; he can't die. So you can make arguments for how certain members can fucking survive. That's if he does like a tail beast bomb. But just with him moving though, like just moving with rising dons or fucking his kunai and shit, you know what I mean? Like, like it gets to the point where like, do you think Itachi's activation of his Susanoo would be able to activate fast enough before Minato kills him? Along with the pains and fucking Obito would be fine, but like like I don't know, bro. So it's interesting. I do think Casey and Minato beats the Akatsuki though. But but you could make arguments for how they could maybe be able to pull it off, maybe.
But I get that. So if you want to debate with Kabuki,
is he gonna debate me after I gave my own answer? But okay.
I don't know.
If he doesn't use my Itachi answer, then fine. Yeah, we can debate.
So you guys know, like this was the original debate that happened with Swag and Kabuki. I think Kabuki took the side that I was on, and then Seth is taking the side that Swag was on, essentially. So Seth wanted to go against Kabuki, and I guess if he wants to come through, I mean, it's longer content. We'll see what happens. I'll invite you in. Hold up. I'll make sure. So in this case, I will moderate, just making sure like nobody goes like ham with insults and shit.
Kabuki.
All right.
Okay. So for context, this was about to be a thing, but there was like some argument that like disrespectful shit in between, and it just didn't. So it's now Seth who's on the side of Minato winning against the Akatsuki, and Kabuki who is Akatsuki going against Minato. So this is round 2. All right, and go on. I'm gonna mute.
All right.
All right. So Kabuki, before we start,
hold up.
Before we start,
I'll say let Seth go first, because like he won the first one.
Before we start,
I did kill Swag. My bad.
do me and you need to settle any problems before you're okay with the debate? Like, because last time you're like, I don't want to debate you, I hate you.
Or... to shut the fuck up, Seth.
Okay, I promise I won't do that in the debate. I was more so doing that just because I was being a moderator, and a moderator is supposed to act like that. But
they shut the fuck up though. Like, you could have just said, "Yo, can you stop puking?" Like, I would have understood that. That's what I meant. Like, well,
no, I didn't mean hard feelings by it. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, do you want me to start the debate or?
Yeah, you go ahead, man.
Okay, did you hear my argument with Afro?
Yeah, I heard the argument.
Did you hear my Itachi arguments as well?
Yeah, I'm not gonna use that.
Okay, without using that? Cool. Yeah. So, we're already on the same page. Speed Blitz with Minato. One-shots any member of the Akatsuki. You already heard my argument with Afro. So...
Either Kabuki's gonna embarrass himself, or this is gonna be funny. I don't know. Last time I saw Kabuki and Afro, it was against Swag Kage in 6, and that shit was hilarious, bro. Hilarious.
Follow up.
You said that he speed blitz any member of the Akatsuki, right?
Yep.
Marvelous.
During the fight with Kid Obito versus Minato, why didn't he speed blitz Obito straight away?
Yeah.
He did.
No, he didn't. He didn't speed blitz Obito. He tried, but he failed.
You said you would instantly kill him.
In here.
Well, Obito's the only one that can take a hit, but this is something else. This is something else to know about Obito, is that Obito was fused with Zetsu during that battle.
So, but he still didn't kill him.
Like, he's not fused with
Zetsu. He's not wrong. He didn't kill him with a Rising God. That's a good point. I even mentioned that before.
Adult. You
get his ass, Kabuki.
How strong
get his ass.
Fusion is, right?
Get his ratty ass wings.
The Zetsu fusion made Yamato so powerful that he could make a 1,000 armed Buddha that could fight the entire Shinobi Alliance. That Zetsu is no joke at all. That Zetsu is also what gave Obito the power to slaughter all of those Anbu that one time. So no, normal Obito is not that powerful. I would argue Kid Obito would slaughter adult Obito with the Zetsu fusion.
I don't.
What the fuck? Obito has Zetsu as well. Is this man dumb? Seth, what are you fucking saying right now, bro? Orange Mask Obito has Zetsu. It literally shows it. What the fuck are you on about?
I feel like Obito might have had the Zetsu fusion. We don't know. This is a hypothetical battle, right? So we don't know if he did have that. And even if he did, your point said that Minato can instantly kill him, which he can't. He can't kill a Akatsuki member, right? Then we have Itachi. If like, how is Minato going to get in if Itachi activates Susanoo and protects all of them?
He can't react to him.
What you mean he can't react to a Susanoo? Like, Itachi can take it. Itachi could be using clones.
Wait. Prove Itachi can take an attack from Minato.
Itachi can take an attack from Minato easily.
Prove it.
Like, if he shadow clones, we don't know if
he can't use shadow clones. Remember, this is about him taking an attack. He can't use any techniques. Prove he has the durability and base to take an attack from Minato.
Well, one thing you could argue for Itachi with durability and base is he was able to take taijutsu exchanges and blows from Naruto. Just say it. You know what I mean? And that is a durability feat. Clearly implying that he's, enhancing his body with chakra. This way he's not just getting launched the fuck back or bullied or bodied by, like, what the Raikage did to KCM with Naruto and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So, like, that could be a durability feat. Just saying. And if he's able to react to KCM1 Minato, there's no way you're fucking telling me his Susanoo activation cannot react and be even better. I would even say Susanoo activation would be faster than his body. You know what I mean? So that's just really weird.
Itachi went toe-to-toe with KCM and Naruto, which you said was faster than Minato.
Okay, for one,
when they were fighting, right? When they were fighting?
No.
Itachi went toe-to-toe against KCM and Minato.
No, because the KCM Naruto that Itachi fought was about to pass out. It's also a reanimated Itachi, which is arguably much more powerful than the alive version, because that version doesn't have a sickness that's crippling his chakra reserves like the last one. So that Itachi is not only amped, but he's fighting a heavily fatigued Naruto. So no, that Naruto is not...
Yeah, but you can't really... The problem with that, though, is you can't really heavily prove or quantify... how fatigued or how tired Naruto is, because at the end of the day, when Naruto goes into the war, and better yet, I would have to go back, because I don't know if that's either before or after, but I think it's after. I don't know, I have to go back, unless Seth is capping on that and lying, which I don't think he would lie about that. But there is a point where Naruto does like his shadow clones, and he's doing his KCM, you know what I mean, he's fighting and everything. I don't know if that's after the Itachi and Nagato fight, or if it's before. I'm pretty sure it's after. As a matter of fact, we'll check that right now. We'll check that right the fuck now. Let's see if Seth is actually being a rat right now. Hang on. Either way, it's still impressive. Casey and Naruto fighting against Itachi, that was very impressive. So, just saying. And mind you, Edos, they are weaker than the alive. And then, yes, Itachi had sickness and everything, but that's like towards the end where, and where he's also blind. If you're talking about Itachi, like, where he's not heavily being affected by, like, the sickness, you know what I mean, and also blind and still has vision and good to go and everything, yeah, he would be able to perform just the same and be fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. So, but let's check real quick. Because I believe the way it goes is Naruto and B meets the Raikage and Tsunade, and then Then he comes across Nagato and Killer Bee. I'm pretty fucking positive. Before he even assists or helps in the war or anything at all. So I think Seth is actually capping on that line. Hang on. Let me... Yes, there it is. Actually, no, I don't think he was wrong. Deadass. I don't think Seth was capping. I'm gonna have to edit out the anime, by the way, or if anything of it's playing, because I don't want copyright issues when I do post this on YouTube. So, just saying. But I'm gonna skip through it and kind of get to where the points I need to show. That makes sense.
どうしても行くというならここまでお前を殺すおいナイカゲそうすれば九尾復活まで一時の間時間が稼げる敵も計画を先送りせざるを得なくなるしな死にたいようだな待てお前
助かりました
そういうことなら8尾の俺が死んでも同じそうすりゃ敵の計画とやらも
Damn, even in base, Killer B was able to fucking to react just in base to Raikage's full speed and fucking and just grabs his hand. Holy shit. That's another thing. Killer B was able to react to Minato's like killing bow with his tentacle at a distance, and with that being even shown, that as well could show that the other Akatsuki members would have time to be able to react and help each other out. If a young Killer B could do it, bro, you're really gonna tell me Pain, Obito, Itachi, you know what I mean, or even Kasame couldn't be able to? Come on now, you know that's so dumb. And then another thing too, the Raikage was able to activate his jutsu, his lightning cloak. So like when Minato, here, I'll show it. Yeah, see, so eventually like Minato like throws his kunai and then he activates his lightning thing, clearly showing that like fucking, you know what I mean, like he could activate jutsu, you know what I mean, fast enough as well. And like, and it's not like Minato threw him and then immediately speed blitzed, you know, and killed him. Like, so it's like, and that's Seth's whole argument that you would just, you know, throw and then just immediately speed blitz or whatever when he's still able to activate his jutsu, clearly showing that, you know, Minato can't just straight up kill you before you activate your shit. You know what I mean? Like, it literally shows here he was able to activate his shit, you know? And then before Minato's about to do the final fatal blow on him, Killer B as a kid is able to react. Like, come on, you know? Hang on. And see, even these like fodder ninja are able to like watch. They're able to watch the fight and see like Killer B react with his tentacle to like, you know what I mean, like to save Minato and whatnot and everything. So it's like, come on, bro. If they're able to perceive and see these things, you know what I mean. There's no way you're telling me the Akatsuki members can't. This right here is showing that Killer B could even react, you know what I mean? So it's like, there's no way, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna be able to react, bro, I'm telling you. Like, don't get me wrong, he's fast, and if he's able to create that opening, then yes, but while all of them are there and shit's going and then he's teleporting, it's going to be very similar to this scenario, you know, like, come on. Okay, so Naruto does fight and do things and summon. Okay, so he does fight before, like, having to do things.
がでけえ割にはあっけなかったってね。
油断するな、ナルト。
直接見るな。がサビの
キリがねえ。
そいつを殴ると増える。一旦俺を倒せ。
なぜ
Damn, this man was able to move that quick. Gone. Holy shit. Ah, the chameleon. Shit was fast.
神羅転生。神羅転生。転生。簡単にはいかねえぜ、バカ野郎、この野郎。ありがとう。ガキど。チャクラを吸収してやがんのか。
ベロちゃん、大丈夫か。
The fact that white hair Nagato could be able to react and like Speed Blitz Killer Bee as well and react to his attacks in V2, like damn. Holy shit. So Seth is not right. So all Naruto does is he gets to the warp, and the only thing he does, I kid you not, the only thing was he bodies a couple fodder Zetsu ninja, and then summons like a very medium-sized toad on like a Edo reanimated ninja with like that has magnetism release or whatever. That's it. And then after that, he fucking just goes and then he fights Itachi and Nagato. He doesn't even waste any really amount of chalk or anything. Like, he's perfectly fine. He's good to go. Like, then Itachi and Nagato see him. They're like, wow, like, you've mastered the power of the Nine Tails. Like, you've gotten so strong, blah, blah. Like, you're really powerful. And then Itachi's able to, do a shadow clone fast and then, like, do a body flicker to where he immediately is above Naruto. And then Nagato's able to still, like, see Itachi as well and be like, hey, he's above you. He's like, I know. And then they start fighting, exchanging, going blow for blow while having a conversation. And then while that's happening, like, then Itachi's fighting against Killer Bee, reacting to all his things and whatnot. And then fucking Nagato is able to, like, universal pull KCM1 as well. Like, so even, like, crippled, like, white hair, like, nerfed Nagato is able to still, like, fight against KCM1 Naruto there as well. Like, so he's clearly reacting and not just immediately getting speed blitzed. And then while that's all going and everything, eventually, Itachi gets back involved and he's able to, to use Amaterasu and everything. And then Nagato starts fighting back. He gets rid of Amaterasu. Then he like immediately disappears instantaneously to the point where KCM when Naruto's like, where the hell did he go? And he was like in the chameleon hiding, and Naruto couldn't even sense him or anything. And basically from there, like fucking what's it called? Then he like does a mighty push to Naruto, since KCM won Naruto flying. Mind you, this is while he's in white hair. Okay. Sends him flying along with Killer Bee. Killer Bee goes into V2 and immediately goes to attack him. He dodges Killer Bee's attack in V2, remind you. Okay, like, and then tries to fight back. Killer Bee dodges. You know, he dodges another attack from V2 Killer Bee, which is insane, remind you. He's literally crippled in white hair, bro. And then Killer Bee does his lariat move, and you could basically say Nagato just let him hit him because he was able to dodge all his other attacks. But he does his lariat move, and Nagato's able to immediately on contact activate his absorption jutsu, take all his chakra. Now he has red hair. Now he's, you know, basically back to his prime self. Okay, or maybe not exactly, you know what I mean? But you can, obviously it's hinted that he got stronger and he's getting close to his original power. And then from there he just a mighty pushes B, you know, immediately speed blitzes KCM1 and then just beats up Killer Bee as well. Like, yeah, there's no way, no way what's in hell that you're convincing me that Pain and fucking Itachi and Obito and even Kasame, bro, is not going to be able to react or fight against Minato and all that. Like, it's just blatantly not the case. And even when you analyze when Minato was fighting against the Raikage, Killer Bee was able to react to Minato multiple times. The Raikage basically literally believed in his speed enough to be able to teleport to wherever he teleports next. You know what I mean? To kind of have like a little teleportation battle, you know? But that didn't happen because Minato teleported to his mark on Killer Bee's tail and utilized the Flying Raijin, about to kill him and everything, and then was ready to stab him and whatnot. Like, so just clearly going to show like that, you know, if a young Killer Bee could react twice to Minato to save the Raikage and to save his own ass from Flying Raijin, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way you're telling me the Akatsuki, at least those members in particular, cannot do the same thing and pull it off. So it's just, it ain't happening. Like, when you really look into it, bro, it's just, come on. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not happening. You know, what's it called? So they can be able at least to react. Obviously, Minato's still going to be, like, fucking faster, and as long as he creates an opening, then he could fuck him up. But, you know, like, the fact that they could still react, you know what I mean? Or better yet, even Nagato and Itachi could still fight a KCM1 Naruto, which is basically heavily compared to Yellow Flash Minato, and basically they're practically the same in scaling and speed. You know, it's like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, now, with 4th Hokage Minato, one thing you can at least argue for him is that he did get stronger, so I mean, you could say he's even faster as well. And then there's even a point where he's even being like narratively compared to KCM2 Naruto. You know, so if you want to even say like 4th Hokage is like KCM2 level now, you know what I mean, without the KCM, because it even shows that's a pretty, you know, good wank for Minato, and you can go from there. But either way, like, if you're not, and you basically think Minato's kind of within just the same ballpark between the two, which, in my opinion, I think is a little silly. It's pretty weird to say 4th Hokage Minato's the same as Jonin Minato. But, you know, either way, like, with those arguments into consideration, definitely they could be able to react and do their jutsus and so on and so forth. And even the Raikage was able to activate his jutsu before Minato could just blitz him and kill him. So, just saying. Oh, and the other ninja behind Minato was able to watch and still spectate the fight. Like, they were never saying, oh, I can't even see what's going on, they're moving so fast or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, so if they can kind of monitor and keep track, you know what I mean? There's no way you're telling me Itachi or Obito, fucking Kasame, you know, or better yet, even the Rinnegan Link Vision and all that, and Pain can't be able to track and see what's going on. Like, it's really stupid.
Not really able to
Thayers has a
fight the 3rd Raikage that well without re-amplifying his chakra levels with Sage mode. So
But like you said, that was reanimated. He's weaker, but he still went toe to
No,
toe.
the
And he
reason
was fast enough.
what you're not understanding is, yes, it can make you weaker, but in Itachi's case, him being alive was far more detrimental than him being an Edo, because he had a crippling disease that was constantly taking out his chakra reserves and had him on near death. So it was basically like.
But that's towards like older like Akatsuki Itachi, not like beginning Akatsuki Itachi or Anbu Mangekyo Itachi. Like, what the fuck? Like, so Seth is not really right about that either. But
near death.
But he's not wrong though in a sense. Like, you could argue, like, there's not even an argument. Like, Edo Itachi would be more powerful than sick blind Itachi. You know what I mean? Not like beginning Akatsuki Itachi or even Anbu. You know what I mean? Because he's still obviously at his prime and the sickness isn't crippling him or affecting him at that point. Nowhere to the point as it is way later on. But like, you know what I mean? So obviously that Itachi would be more powerful, but also to put into consideration with, you know what I mean, like him not having to worry about chakra and stamina and all that. So overall, like, Edo Itachi technically would be more powerful. I would say more powerful than sick, you know, and blind Itachi, obviously, you know what I mean? Now, if I'm comparing him to, like, fucking, like, beginning, you know, Itachi, that, you know, knows Amaterasu, Tsukiyomi, and Susanoo, and is close, you know, to his prime alive state, then you could argue Itachi, that one would be way more powerful. But the one thing that Edo would still have over that Itachi is when it comes to, like, chakra consumption and stamina still. Just saying, you know, so that's all.
Itachi that constantly needed to shove pills down his throat versus a really healthy Itachi that was slightly weakened, if that makes sense. That's the reason reanimated Itachi is a lot more powerful than the alive version. The reanimated Itachi also has much better feats than the alive Itachi, and that's also for good reason.
But you said Itachi was faster. Like, that's what you said yourself before the
Okay,
argument.
for one, you said you weren't going to use my argument.
No, but you did say that. But now you're saying he's not faster.
No, of course I'm not going to say he's faster.
Because I do have to, like, when he said that the debate was over, I was asking his opinion, like vice versa.
Yeah.
So like you can't necessarily use that against him because
no, I'm not using that against him, right? But he's changing his argument now.
No, I'm not.
But that was a different point for a different argument conversation. This is what I'm trying to say.
That was post debate talk.
Yeah.
And like you said, he speaks business, but Kotsumaki, fuck, I forgot the name.
Kodo Amatsu, he can't activate that either. He doesn't have the speed.
Huh?
He doesn't have the speed to use Kodo Amatsukami.
But as long as he sees Minato, it's over.
He can't see him.
Yeah,
he gets
can't.
blitzed before he can fire.
As long as you can see Minato still has to
for
throw
one,
the kunai.
For one, you do realize they have to activate those jutsus. Have you ever read the Itachi novels? Even Mangekyo Sharingans have to use a speed to travel to the other person.
You're acting like Minato ain't gonna throw a kunai. Minato throws a kunai.
He throws kunai faster.
You're saying Minato instantly teleports to any location.
Yes, he throws kunai at all of them and blitzes every single one of them before Synapse fires.
It wouldn't happen, no.
No, they can't.
They're not gonna
prove they have
they can't see a kunai coming.
All Kabuki has to do to prove that they do have the speed and could be able to react and everything and be able to cause problems even like before, like even while he's throwing the kunai or even before or even after he does it, is to just go over the fight with the Raikage and Killer Bee and to also go over KCM1's interactions with Nagato and Itachi, and also to go over the fact that Konan's interaction with Obito as well, and we clearly saw a live Minato versus Obito. So like, those are the only things. That's all Kabuki has to cover, just to clearly like debunk the idea that they wouldn't be able to react or deal with Minato's, like, you know, either throwing his kunai or just his body speed alone and all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they would be able to. That's all he has to do. That's all he has to do, and then this debate is over, and he could actually win it against Seth.
I proved Minato was relativistic to the speed of light, and I demonstrated that the best Akatsuki feat is the speed of lightning. No, they cannot react to any attack from Minato. You have to display they have the speed feats to do that. That's the problem.
I said, it's still him throwing a kunai.
No, there is no still. You have to display the feat.
Still throwing a kunai from a stationary position.
It doesn't matter what the weapon is.
No, but you're acting like Minato gets to a point instantly.
Yes,
His kunai speed is not the speed of light.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I proved that too. I proved that. Yes, I proved that.
Why was he so useless on the wall? Why was he a body transportation jutsu pretty much in the wall? He didn't do any of the feats you're saying. He didn't blitz anyone. He couldn't.
Because for one, he was weaker during the war, and two, he was doing cool shit during the war too.
I doubt he was weaker during the war when he had the KCM form.
Okay, so hold on. I never used KCM feats. I said his base feats were
Minato
cool.
is throwing kunai at the speed.
Yes,
of
I am. Yes, I am.
Minato throws
I
kunai
already proved it. I already did. Do you want me to send it again? Okay, I'll send it again. I'll send it again. Okay. Right here. Minato throws the kunai behind his back before the fucking Raikage can move a literal pixel in front of Minato's face.
But he's not throwing that kunai at that kunai. Is not going at the speed of light.
Yes, it is.
Like I said, that kunai.
This is like a whole other can of worms. It's basically what's happening is Seth is basically is making Kabuki go in this unnecessary rabbit hole. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that doesn't even need to be talked about. Like, he could, like I said, he could easily prove that Minato's, like, movement speed and combat and speed and all that is not at the, you know what I mean? Like, would necessarily not be the same as Flying Raijin and all that and everything. Or better yet, he could easily be able to prove that they could still be able to react and everything just by going over certain key points in the story in Naruto. That's all he has to do, bro. He doesn't even need to argue about this. Like, he just needs to go to those points. Obito versus Minato. Konan versus Minato. KCM 1 Naruto fighting against a fucking severely nerfed Nagato and Itachi, and they're both doing just fine and reacting. Fucking then, what's it called? Then you have, what was the other thing? Oh, then the third Raikage fight. If you actually really look at that, like, Killer Bee was able to react twice. Like, and then the Raikage was able to activate his jutsu before Minato does his God tier, speed of light speed and all this other shit that Seth is saying. Like, that's all he has to do, bro. Fucking do it, Kabuki. Like, what the hell? Like, what he's doing right now is a lost cause. He's arguing about something that doesn't even matter. Like, because at this point, Seth already provided his points. You know what I mean? And then he's just basically saying that's not how it works. Like, and then prove that. You know what I mean? And it's like, technically Seth didn't prove that Minato could travel at the speed of light. He never really showed that scan or anything. Like, he's basically saying it because of the Flying Raijin and all that and everything. What's it called? Unless I missed that scan that he posted or whatever. But either way, like, Kabuki needs to just stop on that point. Like, he just needs to debunk the point instead and show why that doesn't work and why they would still be able to react and do or whatever, or fuck him up, you know what I mean? With teamwork and shit.
He flipped it from his hand, and that was the one behind.
He threw the kunai above the Raikage's back and teleported and blitzed behind him before the Raikage moved the pixel.
You're wrong, Seth. You are wrong on that.
Okay.
Minato didn't do that. Minato had a kunai on his hand that he flipped, and that kunai spanned behind.
He literally flipped it. He literally flipped it at sub-relativistic speeds.
No,
yes.
Seth, he had that kunai already there.
Yo, Nexus,
you're wrong.
Here?
What do you mean? He had it like levitating there the whole time?
No, he had a kunai on the tree already.
Okay, so let me show you this. You're not understanding. No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Hey, Seth,
you're not understanding.
Here, bro. Your picture, I'll tell you what he
just saying that I'm wrong does not mean I'm wrong, okay?
No, I'll tell you what Minato did on that picture.
Are you going to keep telling me, or are you going to let me explain what he did? Because you're assuming my argument.
No, because you said he had a kunai already at the back. He threw it from the hand.
Yes, he threw it from his hand behind his back before the Raikage moved a pixel. Would you like me to point it out for you?
You're not getting it, Seth.
No, you're not getting it. Look at this scan. Hold on. No, Kabuki, it's my turn. No, Kabuki, it's my turn. It's my turn real quick.
Seth, you talk too much. Let me talk, right?
You've been talking.
Let me explain my point real quick, Seth. Real quick.
Okay, do your point.
Minato had a kunai in his hand. He threw that kunai. And listen, the other kunai went. He had a kunai on the tree. He teleported to the tree. Remember, Flying Raijin is instant.
It was real quick, dude. Yeah, he goes woof. No, like wow.
Tree, and guess what? The kunai that he threw initially went behind Raikage's back, and he teleported to that one.
Wow.
He didn't instantly throw the kunai at speed of light, Seth. He went to one kunai and came back. What are you on about? Just get the anime.
Okay, so you gonna let me describe it now? Is it my turn? Okay.
Go ahead, your turn, bro.
Look at this scan right here. What is this scan? What is happening right there? What is that?
He's getting punched.
Okay. Now look, where's the kunai?
I just realized his dog.
Where's the kunai?
The dog is on his back. That's what literally my cat does,
It's
bro.
in his hand at his hip.
My cat does the same shit what that dog's doing.
Where is the kunai here?
Yo, Afro, if you can get the clip and show it on stream of Minato clearly throwing a kunai, just flipping a kunai slightly, and then teleport to his Raijin, because he did that.
That
single
literally
motion, right?
means.
He had the time to
Listen,
You want me to get that?
Kabuki, literally,
Yo,
all that
here,
means
Seth.
is that he can casually flip a kunai faster than light.
Seth, you're not understanding.
Yo, Seth is being such a rat, bro. This man literally said he could flip a kunai faster than the speed of light. Oh my god, bro. Come on, Seth. Like, what you doing here, bro? Like, don't get me wrong. You need, like, it's literally stated. Like, I kid you not. Like, deadass, I'll even show you guys. Like, I'll literally show you. So, like, Seth is right and wrong, but let me explain and show you guys what I mean. So, literally, like, this is all the fucking proof you need to show, like, and I hope I have the scan as well. If I don't, then I'm just gonna avoid this, but let me, so, right here, it literally says, I know I can't be taken out by Mir. He said, Lord Raikage's nerve transmission and his reaction speed are on par with that of the Konoha's Yellow Flash. Presently, these folks are even keeping up as well as they are. So basically implying that his nerve transmission and reaction speed, they have to be on the level of his teleportation. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? So yes, Minato would have the reaction speed and nerve transmission to be able to flip a kunai or move or whatever, and then, you know, to incorporate with his teleportation. So that's fine. And then he even says, oh, this is another example showing that even Sasuke, along with, you know, the other people, they're not just immediately getting speed blitzed, you know what I mean? What's it called? That they're able to fight, and even he says it's impressive that these folks are keeping up as well as they are. So even this is more proof to show that the Akatsuki would be fine. So this is also to help out with Kabuki or Afro arguing for the Akatsuki. But bottom line is, to go back to what Seth was saying, this goes to show what basically what Seth is trying to like establish, what Kabuki's kind of not understanding. As for the whole speed of light thing and everything, I'm not really gonna get into that. But you know, and then he says more, Lord Raikage has manipulated you know, chakra to augment his reflexes. Not even the shotting gonna be able to keep up with them, and etc. So overall, that's just that. And then as we do see as well. And this is another great example to show that the Akatsuki could be able to deal with it with like jutsu activation and reacting. Is Sasuke couldn't do shit when he was in V2. He had to activate his Susanoo to deal with his teleportation speed that was comparable to KCM1 Naruto and Yellow Flash and Minato. You know what I mean? So overall, like with all that being said, like Itachi, he could be able to activate Susanoo, you know, all that people, they could be able to activate their jutsus. Like, they would still be able to activate shit. Even Sasuke was able to do it, you know? So, and like, and his henchmen were able to react and kind of fight, and then eventually they get bodied, you know? So, like, this is also even more proof to show that the Akatsuki, but once again, Kabuki, like, just can't just fucking go through Naruto, like, hey, Seth, give me a moment, and I'll provide you proof that the Akatsuki could be able to do, you know, whatever. You know, so this is just evidence to that as well. But anyways.
Sure, I'm not understanding.
Yeah, Fly Raijin is instant. He had a kunai prepared.
You're not understanding at all.
Just show the video. Show the video. Seth.
Okay, so this is what happens. He flips the kunai. He teleports to the tree. Okay? What I'm arguing is that he flips that kunai faster than light to begin with, and then teleports to it when it's behind his back after he teleports to the tree. I never said he didn't teleport to the tree.
No,
okay?
You said to Afro. Your original point was Afro. He threw one kunai to the tree and threw a kunai that at the speed of light where the Raikage couldn't see. If you go back to the stream, that was your point. But he didn't do that.
No, this is my point. My point is that he flips
Afro,
it
can
at
you
the speed
bring
of
up
light.
the clip? What? Bring
Is
up the anime
Kabuki
clip
okay?
of Minato versus thing. You'll see him flip a kunai, teleport, and because his teleportation.
Minato versus who?
Minato versus Raikage. Seth said he threw a kunai and then threw one. He threw two kunais. That's what Seth said.
That is
But
not
he
my
didn't.
point.
Seth, go back to the stream. You said he flipped two kunais at the speed of light.
It's irrelevant,
Okay,
though. It
so
doesn't
this
matter.
is my argument. He flipped a kunai behind
let's
his
just watch
back
the clip, Seth,
faster
real
than
quick.
light.
Let's just watch the clip.
It doesn't matter.
No,
That
it
is-
does matter, Seth. Relax. Let's watch the clip.
Wait, even if it were true, why can't I just?
Seth,
This
can
is
we
my
watch
argument.
The clip, man, please. It's a movie,
Turn the
man.
volume up.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Well, okay, let's watch it.
I hope I don't get copyright from this.
Speed of light.
When it's clearly on YouTube.
ブラザーと俺がいるならやれるぜバカ野郎この野郎みんなは動かないでくれ俺がやる
That's because he originally did that.
Bro, I fucking love Naruto. I'm sorry. This debate's fucking fun.
俺の最速をかわしたとこ
And the Kuna was at the back. And he goes back. This is not speed of light. What are you doing?
That doesn't need to be the speed of light. That's
No,
not...
but you said that he flipped it at the speed of light.
大丈夫か
Oh, wait.
Yes,
Is it over?
literally. The anime just displayed it even better than I did.
No, but you
Look
said-
at that.
No, but you didn't say that. You said
The
he flew two
Raikage is
kunais.
barely moving
No,
in comparison to
you
the
said
kunai.
he flew two kunai.
That literally
he
just
flew
proved my
kunai.
point
That's
even
speed of light.
more.
But you said
you need
kunai.
more
You're
of the
arguing
clip?
against instant, pretty much instant. Blind Rising is instant. It doesn't matter
That
how
literally
fast you
just
are. as a
proved
human.
my point. Kabuki, no, you're not understanding.
Bro, he
I don't
could've- he
care
could've
about.
let go of
I
the kunai and
don't
did the same
care
thing, Seth.
about the flying Raijin, Kabuki. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
care.
but
My
Seth,
argument is that he can
Hey.
throw the kunai at that speed, which
No,
he
you said
can.
he throws the kunai at the speed of light. You're
Yes,
saying the kunai
he
travels
did.
at the speed of light.
Yes, he does.
You're saying the kunai
I
travels at
proved
the
it.
speed of light.
Yes.
Minato can throw kunai at the speed of light.
Yes.
Bro, it's not. You can't. He doesn't do that.
Prove he can't.
You can't prove it. He can't. Like that's not.
I
the
just
speed of light,
proved
Seth.
it.
Seth, if
I
Raikage
just
is
showed
doing that
you
light,
And with that logic, though, then that means Killer Bee's reaction is speed of light, and his tentacle is the speed of light as well when he reacted the first time. Like all these other characters that are reacting, like KCM1 Naruto, you know, Minato, Raikage, Sasuke, you fucking name it, Obito, going on, speed of light, speed of light. Like, when it comes to the whole speed of light thing, once again, I'm not getting into that. Bottom line is, one thing you can at least confirm, people can react to Minato. That's all I'm fucking saying. Like, you know, especially if he's having to fight multiple. Now, if it's a 1v1 situation, he's able to create that opening like he did with Obito and the Raikage, then no, they're dead. You know what I mean? But, like, if there's other people and whatnot, and you name it, aka the Akatsuki, that's not happening. It's clearly shown that it's able to compensate even for the greater speed.
that best.
Bro, I just
If
showed you the
Raikage
scan.
is- Yo,
Hold
if
up,
Raikage
hold
is
up.
moving-
Afro,
Right.
replay this clip. Replay this clip real quick of him throwing that, flipping the kunai real quick. Just replay it.
Alright.
Wait, you said my ears? Is the clip? Is it too loud? Is the clip too loud? I'll lower it down. I'm sorry.
こいつがキュービ奪取任務
Bro,
を一人で
Seth thinks this is speed of light. Oh, no,
Okay,
no,
because
we
look.
gotta-
All right, so look. Number one.
Yo, wait,
I gotta-
Can I get the music?
What music?
I gotta put number one, man.
Stop.
Yo, please.
Well,
Yo.
stop, bro.
No, don't do this.
Nah, play
it-
play your fusion theme. Play the fusion
It's
theme.
2v1 Afro. No, it definitely is 2v1. But at this point, like Seth, like let's be real, Seth is good at this shit.
Alright,
Seth's
let's get it,
kinda
Afro. What's using?
Oh
fucking
shit.
Stupid. All right,
Yo,
Hold on, we gotta
fuck
get a
it,
fusion,
fuck
huh?
it. I have this one point. I'm about to bank on this point. All right. I'm gonna lower your music though, cause that's bootleg as fuck. So look, no, it sounds good in the stream now. But listen. So you remember when Itachi and Sasuke fought, right?
Hold on.
And-
Repeat what you said.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That shit was loud. I apologize. Turn that shit off. I lowered it. I'm sorry. You remember?
That was funny.
You remember when Itachi and Sasuke? My dog said fucking Treyway. Ignore him. When Itachi and Sasuke fought.
How about this?
Sasuke
Before I
did-
start the fusion battle, I'm gonna
Okay.
piss.
Okay, go piss. Go piss. Go piss.
Yeah, I got
All right.
Oh my god, he's gonna take a piss.
The Britannian black man is coming for you.
Itachi, for one, his reaction was kind of...
Right? Now, when Itachi versus Sasuke, Sasuke did cheating, which is at the speed of, it's lightning, right? Speed of
Yes.
light. And Itachi reacted
Well, speed
to
of
it.
lightning. Lightning isn't the speed of light.
What's the difference?
It's about 1,000-fold difference.
But he reacted to it. So if he reacted to
Yeah,
that,
that wouldn't...
what's
That would
not to
still...
say? But what's not to say he can't react to Minato though?
Because Minato reacted to something much faster at point blank.
No, I'm saying.
So did Itachi though, at point blank.
Like what?
Well,
what proof do you have that?
okay. So here's what you have to realize about Itachi, right?
Okay.
So Itachi, for one, his reaction was kind of slow.
Okay.
Because he saw Kirin come from the sky. So it's not like with Minato, you could argue whatever you want about the Raikage, right? It doesn't matter. But what you need to realize about Minato is that he did all of this with the Raikage literally in his face. Like, all of it. Whereas with Itachi, he saw it coming from the literal atmosphere when he reacted to the attack. It's no faster than the speed of lightning. He would not have to be faster than lightning to react to that attack.
Hold on, bitch. I'm not done. But all it takes... What? Hold up. Okay, you take over. Hold on. Let me charge this up. All right.
So that's a good point as well from Afro. So with Kirin, basically Kirin is literally an instantaneously attack, which is basically claimed to be like unavoidable. You can't dodge it, etc. Kind of similar to like a Mataratsu, you know what I mean, or the Flying Raijin, whatever. All right, and it's even though Seth is right, it shows it, but the moment it launches the attack, it's immediately at you, and it was literally like at point blank at Itachi's face. It even shows Itachi's face like, oh shit, and then bam, a huge explosion, and he was able to activate his Susanoo. So that is a good feat for Afro to bring up. He sounds hungry. You playing with Tawny?
Yeah.
But the whole matter of getting in your face, though, it doesn't take nothing but a second to get caught in jutsu by Itachi as well, then.
No, actually, there is a stated speed for the Mangekyo Sharingan. It's 1/1000th of a second, much like the Kirin.
Alright, well, Kabuki, get that bitch, man.
This is the fat version.
Alright, go. Alright, no, I'm charging you, boy. Go. Hold up. I'm asking Piccolo what the hand signs are. Go on.
Alright, back to my point, right?
Okay.
I can't hear Kabuki
A
now.
lot faster than the speed of light. It'd probably be about a few thousand times faster.
Turn
Okay.
Anyone in that...
God damn, you made him louder.
He is kunai at all.
Well, they can, but only if he's not throwing them at his full speed.
But where does he... where has he ever done that? I have never seen a scene where that kunai's coming at the speed of light.
I wouldn't even say that the kunai he used on the Raikage was his full speed, because he did it with a casual wrist flip. It wasn't like his full arm or nothing. Like a better scene,
you
of him using
could say reaction speed, right? I can like flip, like that's my reaction. I can
no,
my finger.
That's an actual like movement still. He's still he's still flicking the kunai at the speed of light.
No, but like the kunai itself ain't moving at the speed of light. That's what when you said that to me, that I thought that was crazy. Like, do you believe every time Minato throwing his kunai?
It doesn't have to be every time. Only when he's serious.
But when does he, like, how can you tell? I don't understand.
When he's serious? Are we not arguing a serious Minato versus the Akatsuki?
Do that, right? If Minato can throw a kunai and no one can see his action, you even said, like, him flicking that kunai at the speed of light, that means Minato could probably wipe everyone with a kunai before even Obito.
Well, not Obito.
Like, he didn't do that. And that also means, right, he could have saved Kushina and Naruto, but he didn't do that. If these kunais are moving at the speed of light, he could have saved. Why didn't he? He could have easily covered that distance, right, Seth? Like,
no.
You know the calculation.
You're not understanding. Minato had no chakra when he was killed by the Nine Tails. I'll show you that.
What do you mean?
He had no chakra.
Look, no, but when he
that's not true. Minato had chakra. That is blatantly not true.
He helped Kushina.
The motherfucker was able to seal the Nine Tails twice after the Reaper Death Seal. He had chakra.
So if he could throw
he has no chakra.
No, but he was fighting Obito, right? He didn't go to the speed of light. He had to go. Did he go to the speed of light to Obito? That means Obito can react to Minato going to the speed of light.
And
if Obito activated his Kamui.
However, Obito couldn't react to Minato's second attack when he had a seal on him.
Yeah, but you're saying Obito reacted to the speed of light of a kunai. Are you saying Kid Obito's reaction speed was the speed of light?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't believe that. There's been only one attack at the speed of light, and that was when Madara did it to
arguments
Naruto.
Arguments from incredulity don't mean anything. Okay, saying I don't believe that doesn't sound right.
No, but like you haven't gave me an official statement where his kunais are going at the speed of light.
I showed you. I demonstrated
No,
it.
but that was, like I said, that was a flick. His kunai didn't. His kunai after that flick. His
Okay,
kunai
look,
didn't actually
if
go
he
at
can-
the speed of light.
If he can casually flick it at the speed of light, he can throw it at the speed of light.
Seth,
Try. How about this? I have a little test for you. Try flicking a pencil versus throwing a pencil. Just try it.
Yeah,
real quick.
no. I'm telling you right now, right? You're saying the man from that flick, that kunai was not traveling. Even if he flicked it at the speed of light, that kunai
How
was
about
not
this?
traveling at the speed of light.
Kabuki, I understand. It is crazy to hear at first,
love it.
but let's watch the anime clip one more time, just so I can show you that the kunai was actually moving faster than the Raikage. Okay?
I think what Kabuki's trying to say is he wants Steph to provide an actual statement saying that kunai was moving at the speed of light. Where that's and the reason why he brought up like the Jubi Madara, feat where it literally stated the speed of light for the attack and everything. So I think that's what Kabuki's trying to get Seth to prove, but he doesn't know how to word things. So like he's just basically going in a roundabout, back and forth, unnecessary in this rabbit hole he doesn't need to be in. And he keeps saying, prove it's at the speed of light. And then Seth is like, it is at the speed of light because Seth is like showing it or whatever. And even though Seth is just showing a scene that doesn't prove necessarily it's at the speed of light, so I understand what Kabuki's saying, but Seth is Seth. He's doing what he's doing, showing whatever. And Kabuki's like, no, fuck you. And it's just an unnecessary back and forth.
Kunai was just moving. We didn't even see it. He just flicked it.
Well, let's watch the clip one more time. Okay.
My God. While they watch that clip real
One more time
quick.
just so everyone can see. Just a little flick he does to show that the kunai is actually faster than the Raikage.
No, at the beginning, this is all speed of light, by the way. Like him throwing that's
Yes.
ridiculous. Bro.
That's
That doesn't.
This is a fun
That is
debate.
right. Very quick, boys.
You're saying the Raikage going at the speed of light, so you didn't pull that. You didn't prove.
He's a very quick old boy.
You're not proving any of these points.
Oh, just watch the clip.
Bro, how am I supposed to tell? I can't see the speed of light.
Hold on.
From watching the anime, bro. I can't see the speed of light from watching the anime.
Hold on, that's not the point. So he throws those kunai around. Doesn't matter.
You see them yell at each other again and bitch and
The same reason you see a Dragon Ball character, right? So he comes in, right? Does the flick faster than the Raikage. You see that?
Yeah, but the Raikage, you didn't prove the Raikage.
Right
was at
there,
the speed of
it's
light.
moving faster than he is.
But the kunai, you didn't say sorry, you didn't say Raikage. You didn't show me the Raikage moving at the speed of light.
I
You
showed
didn't show
you
me
a
the
data
proof.
book saying he is.
No, you didn't. You showed me a Discord message and
How about
Google Translate.
this? I gave you the kanji for it. If you want the kanji, I can send them to you. And
Wait,
if you
hold
find
up,
a
hold up,
better,
hold up, hold
if you
up.
find a better translation, go ahead.
But
These are the
Minato
kanji.
can move at the speed of light, but his attacks don't necessarily move at the speed of light, though.
That's what I've been saying. He's
Yes,
throwing
they
the
do.
kunai. Does
No, but look, in that increment, right? What is there to say about Killer Bee's speed as the Kyuubi? In that split second, he put his whole tail in there before the attack.
Killer Bee is much more powerful than the Raikage. We've already
Speed,
demonstrated that
speed,
as well.
Yeah, speed.
He is
Speed.
actually unironically fast.
No. But you're saying he attacks at the speed of light. He moves at the speed of light.
Yes.
But doesn't attack at the speed of light.
Yes, I know. Even if I said
So,
these
but
guys,
that's
hold
what
on.
I'm saying. But if he
Let me-
attacks at a regular nigga
Oh,
speed,
fuck.
that means
Afro,
that
hold
has
up.
a regular
let
nigga
me
reaction.
let me
up.
just hold on. If I were to
Nah,
say,
bro, hold
even
up,
if
hold
I
up,
said
hold
that they moved at the speed of lightning, it would be equally ridiculous. They're moving retardedly fast. It doesn't matter.
No. But
So,
you're
Uber,
correct to
everyone
say
in the
that he
Naruto-
teleports at the speed of light. But his attack,
when they finally show proof that they can react to Minato.
there's just no light here.
Uh,
As a human,
they did it. They found
Go
one.
faster than light in anime.
That-
The light. What are you talking
I'm
about?
glad I powered up Afro.
but I'm saying though, his movement, right?
Yes, Afro, get it!
Kabuki, it's too loud. It doesn't work how you think it works. You're fucking up the fusion. Hold on. Stop.
What's
Stop.
that?
Stop.
Okay, so you guys are appealing to reality or something? Is this what's happening?
Well, no, your argument is speed of light, right? Of
Yeah.
Minato's movement, correct?
Right.
But his attack is just a regular attack
Why is that? Why can that not be the speed of light?
because it's not.
Why?
Because it's him picking up the kunai. Where's the light? Look, hold on. Watch this. Watch this. It's the kunai teleported, right? He took his
Okay.
kunai. He picked it up. That wasn't
Okay,
light. That
so
wasn't
are we?
light. That wasn't.
Hold on.
What
Are we
you
supposed?
mean?
Are we supposed to draw anime so that you can't see anything
No,
happen?
we're supposed to use facts, actually.
Yes,
right?
and the facts
he's
are
moving in teleportation, which is boom, boom, teleporting.
Okay, hold on.
being
Let me ask you this,
the end all
Afro.
be all speed,
Afro,
and he's
let me-
picking it up.
Afro.
No, let me tell you this. I was listening for a bit. I had to dissect what you're doing, right? Your headcanon game is strong, and your cadence is strong. So I got to put my dick on the table. So look, the Uchiha, right?
Our
with the
dick.
Sharingan, and even Itachi for that point, and even Obito, who can use the whole, what would you even call that? That phase through shit? What is the name for it? I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Afro, you're no offense, but you're shotgunning me. So you're
I'm just
throwing.
no. I'm
You're
just
throwing.
saying.
You're throwing a lot of points. Let me take it one at a time, okay?
Okay, you're right.
For one, if we're hold on.
No, but it's the whole Akatsuki though. It's the whole Akatsuki though.
Not
You know
letting
what
me
I'm saying?
talk is not an argument.
Yo.
Well,
sorry.
no, it's not letting you talk. It's just like you've been talking, so I'm trying to like talk too. You feel me? So let me get this point. Let me have this whole point out there, and you
Okay.
can go right.
Okay,
so,
go ahead.
Minato moving at the speed of light is one thing, but his attacks are not. So if his attacks are not, with everybody else who in the Akatsuki who have Kekkei Genkai, it's mainly just Itachi I'm leaning towards. Itachi is the only person who I can think on top of my head who has feats that could beat Minato. I feel like he can react to all of his attacks. And what not to say, he can react to his attack and then put him in a genjutsu, or even can continue on a loop with Izanami and then defeat Minato. Honestly, even with Obito as well, with having the Sharingan, not even the same prowess as Itachi per se, but with that whole, I can't give it technique on top of my head, with the whole phase through shit that he does, I don't know. Obito got washed by Minato, fuck. But as a unit, all right, Kabuki, I'm tagging you in.
So like you said, Afro, right?
Okay.
That move, Minato. If Minato was moving at the speed of light and attacking at the speed of light, he should have easily stabbed Raikage by then, right?
Right.
Instantly. But Killer Bee had a tentacle come in. Are you telling me that tentacle was also moving at the speed of light?
All right, now you go. Seth.
Oh, I'm allowed to talk? Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
now
I'm
you're
so,
allowed.
I'm,
Now
I'm
you're allowed.
blessed. Wow. Guys, I'm allowed to speak.
Yeah, you're blessed. All right,
I'm so
go.
fucking you up.
Okay, so you
hold
gave
up,
me.
hold up. You're acting out of character. What is this? Is this sweat? Hold up. Go on.
Okay, am I allowed to talk?
Seth,
Yeah, you're allowed to
I
talk.
don't know. Whatever you guys.
You're allowed to
Whatever.
talk. But you're acting a little bit out
Okay.
of character. What's going on?
Okay. Well, no, I'm just. You guys keep telling me I can't speak. So, okay.
No, you know
So
we're going
if we're going by the animation, okay, you're appealing to reality. You're saying that fiction should demonstrate the speed of light exactly the same way that it should in real life, which is not necessarily true, but
That's not really what they're saying. Which I get what Seth is saying. Basically, like, for anyone to complain about, like, oh, well, we can still clearly see, so how do we know if it's the speed of light or not, blah, blah, blah. When, you know, I'm not going to get into all that. It's not fucking rocket science. You use evidence or statements or whatever to support whether the character is doing whatever you're claiming. If there's nothing actually stated to prove or whatever, yada yada, and you're just either using your own imagination or trying to calc it or whatever, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that doesn't really mean anything because you could either be wrong or incorrect. It doesn't fucking matter. So there's that. Then you also have the point where, you know what I mean, like, to where, like, you know, obviously in Dragon Ball Z, we know these motherfuckers are moving so goddamn fast, it's like unreal, like crazy. But we can still see them on the screen, because what's the fucking point then, you know what I mean? But we know they're moving at, you know what I mean, insane speeds. So Seth, you know, he's right on that point, but at least for this particular moment, they're not trying to even argue really mainly over that. What they're trying to say is, bottom line is, if Killer Bee reacted and was able to defend against Minato's attack, why can't the Akatsuki not do that as well? That's basically what they're trying to tell Seth. But now he's dodging that question or that point that they made, and he's trying to go back toward the appeal to reality thing, which is irrelevant. It doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? So, but let's see where this goes.
using your own logic, technically the Raikage is moving slower than a normal human being because that's what's on the screen. Is that your argument?
But here's the thing is, I'm using your logic with the speed of lightning and the speed of light, which is why I proposed him moving that is not in the speed of light when he attacks.
But that doesn't work. Because that would
How
be
so?
implying the
Because-
Raikage is as fast as a normal human being. It's
But we're
slower.
not talking about the Raikage. We're talking about
You're
the
using
Akatsuki.
because you're using the animation to debunk the feat.
Doesn't
The
matter.
animation
This
has
whole
the
point
Raikage.
doesn't matter. Once again, they're going into a rabbit hole they don't need to go into. It doesn't matter. All they have to fucking say is Killer Bee reacted. There's so many characters that can react to this level of speed being shown that's apparently light and would blitz and, like, the fact that they're even talking about joining Minato versus the Akatsuki is hilarious to me, but like literally to the point where you have everything with Nagato and Itachi, them reacting and fighting against Casey and Naruto, which is the same exact shit with this guy. Then you have Obito versus Minato, a stronger Minato, mind you. Okay, so like you have that. Then you had even that same Obito, but a stronger version of that Obito fighting against Conan, who was able to react and fight or whatever. So like, there's so much proof, you know what I mean, that they would be able to react and fight, you know what I mean, and deal with the overwhelming speed of his flying Raijin and teleportation. And during those moments, be able to help each other out, you know? If it was 1v1, that's a different story. But as a whole unit, you know, like, there's so much. It's all out there. Then you have the Killer Bee twice. Then you have fucking, you know, the ninja from behind watching and everything. Then you even have the point where even Killer Bee, when they first see the Raikage and Tsunade, where he's able to block fucking the Raikage at full speed in base, remind you, with and block his attack with his hand, you know, his Jinchuriki hand. Like, there's so much, bro. Then you have Sasuke, who's able to use Jutsu activation speed to react to fucking Raikage, who's arguably stronger at this point. So, meaning he should be even faster, okay? You know what I mean? Like, you have that, along with Sasuke's henchmen that are also reacting, like, and even, like, the Raikage's henchmen saying, wow, I can't believe they're all even still alive at this point, you know what I mean? Like, this is so dumb. Like, it's not fucking hard. The evidence is fucking there. Just show that and talk about shit that's actually relevant to debunk what he's saying. Like the craziest thing, Seth is actually pretty similar to Noodles in certain concepts, to where the moment this is something I realized, the moment either Noodles or Seth just starts to lose an argument, they'll immediately try to switch it to something else and dodge the bunk or the point that someone's making to their original point and go on something else and then correlate that to what they were originally talking about. And overall, it's just kind of just avoiding the whole conclusion of what the opponent is trying to provide as why that doesn't work for their argument. And it's like, it's annoying as fuck. Do not go into those rabbit holes. It doesn't matter. It's so stupid.
Okay, move.
Like, just like what Afro said, facts. So show the fucking facts. Why are you arguing about what this is or not when it's so stupid? Like, this thing that they're literally arguing about is so dumb.
Being slower than a normal human being in slow motion. That is your argument. That was your counter.
No, not even that. Not even that. In the manga
That
itself,
was
in the manga itself.
the manga is all instant. It's panel by panel.
Yeah, panel by panel. But I'm saying with Killer Bee's tail coming in, that still happens in the manga.
Okay, so hold on. We need to stay. No, okay. What you're not understanding, Afro, is that you shotgunned 8 different points, so we're going point by point.
Well, he's fighting the whole Akatsuki. What you mean? No,
that's not relevant. Listen, that's not relevant.
It is relevant. It's Minato versus Akatsuki.
Okay, look, we're having a debate. We still need to go point by point, regardless if there's multiple people he has to fight. Okay. Point 1 is you're trying to debunk the kunai feat. Okay. To debunk the kunai feat, you have to demonstrate that it's not the speed of light.
Hold on, but hey, the bunk that Killer
It's not like, bro, you don't even have to do that. It's perfectly fine for Minato to flip it. Like, sure, if you want to say it's the speed of light, whatever, even though that's a whole other thing to argue about, if you want to argue that, whatever, great. But, like, it doesn't matter. Because the moment when after Minato teleports, whether if it's the speed of light or not or whatever, you know, what we do know is it alters space and time itself and literally makes things looking like it's frozen in slow motion. We do know that at least. So, yeah. It's perfectly fine to show Minato being greater in that aspect when he's doing that and teleporting and everything. But right after he teleports, he has to attack. And at those moments, that is where the Akatsuki could shine. It's that fucking simple. All this other shit is irrelevant to even talk about.
Before I speak, the way you have to demonstrate that is not by using the animation.
But I see what you're doing. You didn't debunk my point about why did Killer Bee move in a way?
I promise you. Hold on. I promise you. Right after we talk about the kunai, I will debunk Killer Bee.
Let's debunk that first, because how this whole system is going is debunk, right? Let's focus on this one point first.
Okay.
Why is Killer Bee, the Jinchuriki, moving at the speed of light?
Because he's also relative to the Nine Tails, and the Nine Tails is the speed of light.
I'm gonna need proof for that one.
Sure, right here.
All right, explain how Obito.
Hold on, don't stop shotgunning me.
Hold on. You wanted a 2v1, and now you want
actually, you did.
Organized.
Yeah, but
Seth, you accept
There
it.
you go.
Come on, bro.
So you're.
What?
So yes, Killer Bee is able to react to 9-tailed Bijudamas at point blank range. Yes,
said-
he is
no,
the
no.
speed of.
Blank and speed of light. Where does it say that he moved at the speed of light?
So Killer Bee also reacted without his Jinjuriki form, with just his body alone with his sword. So there's that too. So that kind of debunks what Seth is even showing. Either way, you even have Itachi and then Nagato and then Konan and Obito and all of them doing things as well, which is not the Nine Tails power. And yet they're doing the same shit. So it has nothing to do with the Nine Tails or Killer Bee being, you know, relative to the Nine Tails or anything like that. The Nine Tails is even more powerful than Killer Bee. So that doesn't even matter. It's irrelevant. Bottom line is, you know, what's it called? They have a good point. They're finally getting to something, but they need to connect the dots and just avoid this unnecessary bullshit. And debunk, this could be easily debunked. Easily. Nine Tails is just more powerful than Killer Bee. Killer Bee was even able to react without his 8 Tails power. Okay? And also all the other characters that were able to react and deal with Minato. Okay? Or that level of speed. It doesn't matter.
Light, because with manga, right? the
We
words don't
already
matter.
explained what the speed of light was. Your argument from incredulity because you can't believe that the tentacle is the speed of light. And your only reasoning for it not being the speed of light is your incredulity. You don't actually have a reason it can't be the speed of light.
But your reason with this panel, right, with no words that describe the movement speed, it's not valid though.
We
That's why
can
I've been telling
hold
Seth.
on, we have data books to explain how fast the characters are. That's
Seth,
all
we
we
have
have.
the data book.
I asked you for
Translate and a
proof. Can we
Discord.
have the data?
Hold on,
books?
I gave you the kanji for what the actual page says. If you want to translate yourself, go ahead. That's the kanji right
But I
there.
asked you to prove it, and you didn't.
Yes, I did. I gave you the data book scan that literally verbatim says what I'm saying.
You gave me
Verbatim, I'm
Google
seeing the
Translate,
hand coming
Seth.
up, grabbing.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is what
it's
the
Google Translate. Like, that's... I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that's not even valid. You know how many fucking times Google Translate it misproperly translates shit? It's happened so many times, especially even with the language Spanish. That's blatantly not good at all to utilize or use. That's a very dumb, weak argument. That's actually very ratty. Like, you can't just do that. Like, if it's one thing if Kishimoto wrote it, then sure, great. But no, from Google, come on now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, there's a difference between like Jubimato, like that one attack that he did against, you know, Naruto, that's at the speed of light, literally written and stated by Kishimoto, compared to going to Google Translate to like look over a data book or whatever with Minato and whatnot, and then just to say, you know, oh, that means speed of light. Like, that's really dumb. But either way, even if you give that, there's still characters that are reacting to Minato after he utilizes the speed of light. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? And then you have Killer Bee and Base. You have Killer Bee with his tentacle. I said it over and over. There's so many examples. It doesn't matter. So I guess they're all speed of light as well. Their reaction time and their body movement and all that, you know?
data book says.
Bro,
No,
you
that
gave
is
me
Killer
Google
Bee
Translate.
grabbing his
Come on,
I gave
Pikachu
you. I
bomb.
also gave you the kanji to translate it yourself if you don't
on a
believe me.
Discord message.
No, I literally here. Look at this. Look at the
Seth,
second
come
to
on.
last thing. Look at the. Hold on. Look at the second to last thing I posted. That's the kanji that's on the actual data book scan. You can see
No,
it for
that's a
yourself.
Discord message, Seth.
Here. This is the kanji. I'm gonna spam it real quick. That's the kanji on the page. Okay,
Seth,
you can
now
translate that
you
yourself.
sent me a
if you want.
Discord message.
What? That's because that's what the page on the
Yo,
data
you
book
gonna get
says.
the actual page, Seth? What were you
Oh,
doing?
yes, this is the page.
Nah,
right
you
here.
sent me a message, my boy.
I posted that earlier. I thought you
Wookie,
already
chill,
saw it.
stop. Your nigga
Yo,
was showing.
he's posting messages and saying that's the kanji
Oh,
page.
so you're saying this is the data book?
That's the data book. Yeah, are you guys okay? I
No,
thought that
no,
was...
no. Hey, man, our fusion's starting to like fuck up a little bit. Our time's running out. Don't worry about it. I'm trying to make sure we're on the same page. All right.
Okay.
Let me translate this thing you put here.
Okay.
Are you gonna use Google Translate?
Huh? Yes.
There's no... Trust me, there's no reason to deny it.
Bro,
Hold up. You know what I just realized though? So you're saying this kanji, right? It's explaining is on this cover of the page, and this is saying you're saying that Killer Bee, the Jinchuriki moves the speed of light. That's what this is saying.
It's saying that his lariat is the speed of light, yes.
Bro, but this is not hilarious. This is the Jinchuriki's hand, though. What are you doing?
Okay, so my argument is that the partial transformation is stronger than the version B is using to attack.
No, but it's speed. That's the argument.
Yes, so the stronger you are, Naruto, the faster you can be. Especially as a Bijou. You know, the more Bijou chakra you have, the faster you can move, like with Naruto.
Speed of light and strength, I'm sorry, those are two different elements.
You're not understanding.
You're combining it as a one. I do, but I'm confused with what you're trying to do.
You guys aren't understanding.
The
more Bijou chakra you have, the faster you are. That has been demonstrated numerous times in the series.
This evidence that you put here is
where you getting this from, Seth?
Hold on.
Oh, Kabuki's getting mad.
The characters getting faster when they get Bijou chakra.
Oh shit!
To prove this scan that you put to debunk that claim.
Okay, so the argument here, right, is that the Raikage is the speed of light. Okay, we're on the same page.
Hold on. A lot of people ask me to play the full clip. I'm gonna play this full clip. I don't know if there's any context that's important here.
Yo, Afro, can you translate the fingers real quick? Because it says like the speed of light, but it doesn't say speed of light.
Wait, what?
Seth's translation says like the speed of light.
I mean, translations can be rough. Like, that's not the point I was making.
It's really hard to tell if it.
One sec. Oh.
Oh, maybe we should open it all the way.
With you? Why are you screaming?
Open it. Just come.
Why are you screaming?
I probably shouldn't have you back here.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, I'm gonna fuck your face. He pooped, I changed his diaper, I fed him, and now he's screaming.
Hey, why are you screaming?
Jet street plays. She got up. She got up.
All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm back.
Bye. Also, can I also just say this? Even if it's not the speed of light, I'm not saying it is or isn't, it's still relativistic to the speed of light, even if the Raikage was the speed of lightning, as you tried to tell me earlier. So it's still relativistic to light or faster than
Relative
light.
sounds like headcanon, though.
No, I showed you the actual calc that said it would be relativistic if that were true. Here's the calc again. This calc actually assumes he's the
But
speed of
wasn't your
lightning.
point of, like, combining
No,
fiction with
okay,
anime?
you're not understanding.
You're not.
Basically,
What do you mean?
what I'm telling
What
you is
rule are we
that
going off of is what I'm trying to figure
what
out.
I'm telling you, Afro, is that either way,
Okay.
he blitzes. Even
Yo,
if it's light
no, but
speed,
yeah.
if it's lightning, it
But
doesn't
okay, he
matter.
might blitz. But my point is, who can react to it? And I'm
Okay,
saying,
so
Itachi
we're
could-
moving away
Itachi
from the light speed
and
thing now,
Obito.
right? We're away from light speed. Now we're just talking about the characters.
We're talking about light speed, but like,
Well, you're saying light speed as the argument as
You
like,
guys,
how
you
they
guys are
interact,
all over
correct?
the place. You need to tell me what you want to debate
All
here.
right. Let me quickly. Why? So Minato did not move at light speed when he was attacking Raikage, right?
Hold on.
He moved at what?
Did Minato move at light speed?
I think there's a point here in this. Wait.
This is so dumb.
This must be the skinny fusion. I think you guys might need a fuse again.
Hey,
bro,
Seth,
people can
you
only
don't
tell us
answer
so
my
many
question,
things,
bro.
Give it a sec. Give it
Hold
a
on,
sec.
we're waiting for Afro to do some weird.
I don't know
anime
what's on
thing.
this clip. Everybody keeps telling me to play it over and over.
マーキングの十式が書かれている区内の場所はほぼ把握した次どれかの区内のところに現れると決まっているなら俺の最速でやれる
What is? Alright.
いろいろ背負ってるものがあるから
飛べさあどの区内だ
Yo,
What are we watching?
I don't know, bro, but I'm too deep. Alright, I think that's
Okay.
it. Yeah, he put the seal. Alright, well, I don't know what relevance that clip had, but y'all don't need to keep on telling me. We'll keep it on standby though. Forget
Bruh,
the-
he
put the seal right there, right? But why didn't he put the seal on the Raikage? If he's not speed of light, he could have done
That's
two
not
actions
it,
there.
Chief. Wait, that's
No,
not it.
but he
Abort.
could have done two.
Why did I finish playing it? It would have showed him reacting at base.
One second, hold on.
Show it. Just fucking show it.
Oh. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Thank you. Not hard.
Huh.
Oh no!
Huh.
Oh no!
Oh shit. Oh.
It's a good point though.
Seth was not right.
So what are we doing? What happened?
Killer Bee reacted,
Yeah?
but
Yo,
Killer
so
Bee himself.
My
though.
argument never had anything to do with Killer Bee. I never said he did it.
No, but that's what our argument has though.
Yeah.
Him moving speed
Okay,
of light
so-
with being able to react to it. Because
So
for him
why
to speed
why
blitz,
can't Killer Bee be that fast?
Why
Killer
can't
Bee-
Itachi be that fast? That's where we're at. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because Hitachi hasn't shown any feats that fast.
he reacted to Kirin. What are you talking about?
Kirin's only the speed of lightning.
But he is not the speed of light.
He doesn't have.
Seth,
He
you said
doesn't
the right
have
target
to.
is the speed
He
of
does
light.
have to be the speed of light for
Listen,
your point to work.
Listen,
What do you
okay.
mean?
So I posted the scan showing the Raikage is the speed of light.
It doesn't even matter with the Kirin. It even shows Edo Itachi fighting against KCM Naruto. That's all the proof you fucking need.
In the data book. Then
And
you're saying,
reacting.
But Killer Bee reacted. That can't.
Nagato with white hair reacted as well. And red hair fucking blitzed and murdered. Okay, KCM won speed and power and everything. Like, who cares? Obito fights a stronger Minato and is able to react and fight and everything until he materializes and gets hit by, the Flying Raijin and Rasengan. Like, then you have Konan fighting against that same Obito, but a stronger version. And she's reacting, moving, and, along, with the same shit with Minato's combat speed and movement, you name it. Like, it's so fucking dumb, bro. It's so dumb, bro. Then you have Killer Bee reacting twice, then you have, even Raikage said he could be able to just teleport wherever Minato teleports next. He was literally waiting to see which kunai it was. It's so fucking silly, bro. Like, who cares, bro? Like, Itachi could be able to react. He could do Mataratsu, whatever, Susanoo. Pain could, do his abilities and react as well. Fucking Obito would be able to react. Konan could be able to. Like, those are the characters we know for an absolute fact that have shown scaling and proof to be along with Minato, at least 4th Hokage Minato. Okay, Kasame, with how much chakra and stamina and everything, you could even argue for him to be able to react and do things. He was even able to react to, literally, actually, yeah, Kasame could. He reacted to Killer Bee. Like, so bottom line is, like, this doesn't fucking matter.
You like speed? Why?
Wait, hold on. Go back. My brain said.
We're almost done, though, guys. Almost there.
You guys keep thinking you're onto something, but you're
Hey,
really
focus,
just not.
focus. Repeat it. No, I think
Okay,
we are.
so
I think we are. Hold on.
I posted the scan of the Raikage being the
Okay.
speed of light in the data book, right?
Okay.
And then your argument from there was, but Killer Bee reacted to Minato.
No,
How is
no.
that light speed?
No. Because the reason why we're talking about the light speed thing entirely, which is what we're forgetting, right? It's
Minato
going
is
towards
faster
your
than light,
argument.
though.
No, it's going towards your argument that he could speed blitz the whole Akatsuki.
Yes.
And for him to speed blitz in that manner, to be able to murk all of the mortals, right? He would have to move at the speed of light, which cannot be reacted to by damn near everybody who was there.
Wait, why can't Killer Bee just react to light speed? Why wouldn't that just be a feat for Killer Bee?
Is it? Show me. That Killer Bee himself can react to that? Not the
Killer Bee reacted to Minato on the scan you just showed. Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
reacted
don't
to
see
it,
how
which is proving
Killer
that he's
Bee
not at the speed of light. Because
How
there's
is Killer Bee
there's
reacting to
nothing that's
debunk
saying
to
that Killer
anything
Bee
I
can move at the
said?
speed of light, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, but you're just proving up to the point, right, that people can see Minato at the speed of light. So Itachi can see Minato.
Why can't Itachi see Minato?
No, but if Itachi sees Minato, it's over. Genjutsu.
No, because Genjutsu has a limited attack speed.
Bro, the moment Itachi's Genjutsu, the moment he sees you, it's over. Kisame even
Prove he can see Minato.
What do you mean? Obito can see Minato.
Obito's stronger than Itachi.
But if B can react, then Itachi
Yes.
can react.
His Obito stronger than Itachi.
Yes. Prove otherwise.
Then why was he so scared of Itachi? Why was Obito so scared of Itachi then?
If
He
Killer
wasn't.
Bee, if
He
Killer
did.
Bee can
He
react,
said I was afraid of Itachi. That's why I didn't even like.
He never did.
Even
Show
the
a scan
Amaterasu almost
Show
killed
a
him.
scan. Show a scan of him saying he was scared of Itachi.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where you're
Afro, you got it. I'm gonna get a scan. All right.
Kabuki is not wrong. There is narrative implications of Obito showing that he is afraid of Itachi. It happens many times. But knowing Kabuki, he's not going to be able to find that, and he's going to look like an idiot.
I'm gonna tag you in.
But Itachi could be able to place Minato in Genjutsu. Absolutely would be able to. Finger, and all that. Enhance his Genjutsu with a Sharingan. As for visual, you know what I mean? Minato would obviously have to
the whole
look
argument of
at his eyes. But
Itachi reacting to Kirin, not at all as good as reacting to Minato. Not as good as Minato reacting point blank to an attack. What you guys need to understand is that speed is distance divided by time. Okay? If Itachi has more time to react to something, it's slower speed, because it's distance divided by time. Okay? The thing that makes Minato so impressive is that it's point blank. So therefore, the distance is shorter divided by a lesser time.
But
okay? That's the
if
point.
we go back, and if we can, you were saying to me, am I bringing something that's fictional into an anime, or something that's real into an anime, right? So I gotta say the thing to you, like, what are you going? You're using for what works with your argument.
So this is a basic theory of assumptions, okay? Mm-hmm. So when you're talking about an anime, you have to talk about what an anime is. An anime is something to entertain us viewers.
100%.
Okay?
Yep.
So we can watch gods fight each other. We can watch people that can shake and destroy universes punch each other in the face.
Yep. Right.
Watch people move at inaccessible speeds. We can watch people move in frozen time, which is actually infinitely faster than the speed of light. But that's only possible because we're watching an anime. So when we're watching an anime, yes, we can watch characters move faster than light. That's all I was saying is the appeal to reality. Because earlier you guys were in disbelief that the kunai was actually moving at the speed of light because of the way it was animated.
Marvelous.
That was what I was talking about.
Well, yeah, I do believe, because that was all entertaining, but like the manga has more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what it said is better than, it has more facts to it than what it looks like on the anime, right? Because the anime is just trying to adapt it so we can see it for entertainment, right?
Yeah,
but like
we're
the
just
words
people,
are
man.
the strongest thing. But like what I was saying with this scan, right? Because the whole argument was that you're saying that Killer Bee can move at the speed of light, and you put this as an example, which is why we're stuck on this for a while. Is that I was saying, like, here, what does that say? That the Jinchuriki can move at the speed of light. That's what we got.
Actually, that's talking about the Raikage. Actually, that scan I posted is actually about the Raikage.
The one where Killer Bee stops the fucking Jubi bomb, whatever, for Naruto.
That's because the Ninetales. Yeah, the Ninetales. Are you asking why the Ninetales is faster than light?
No. I was explaining why we kind of got caught up on speed of light a lot, because this is where I was stuck at. Just asking you, like, where does this say that the Killer Bee can move at the speed of light, which is what you were saying.
Yes.
But
so you want proof that Ninetales is that fast?
No. It's not. Ninetales is irrelevant to this. I'm saying, like, from the speed blitzing point, if Killer Bee can counter him, Killer Bee himself, then what is there to say that Itachi can't?
Because Itachi doesn't scale the Killer Bee.
I'm pretty sure there's more proof to prove that Itachi's a better ninja than Killer Bee, though.
Better ninja doesn't mean you're stronger or faster.
It actually...
It has nothing to do with a better ninja. Well, like, I don't know what's so rocket science. Seth just said it. Which he's right about that. Doesn't mean that would prove he was stronger. Correct. But Itachi fights against Killer Bee, okay, and is giving him a run for his money, too. Like, doing a very great job. And he's even fighting against KCM1 Naruto as an Edo. That's all the proof you need, buddy. But it's like they can't even fucking say that. You know what I mean? Then you have Obito fighting against 4th Hokage Minato. That is all the proof you need. Conan fighting against a stronger Obito. That's all the proof you need. You know what I mean? Like Nagato with fucking white hair and crippled and no mobility, a very limited mobility, is able to fucking react to KCM1 Naruto and blow him away, or fight against him and not get blitzed immediately. Is able to react to V2 Killer Bee. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, bro, the feats are out there. Then you got Kasame. Like, I don't understand. Like, he's like, I don't know. Like, this is not even a fair debate. At the end of the day, Seth definitely won this fucking debate, but as, like, the topic overall and what's actually true or not, no, hell no. The fucking Akatsuki could be able to react fight and do what they got to do with Minato.
Nice.
They did a horrible job
Because
proving
by
it.
that logic, Itachi's stronger than Hashirama, because Hashirama said Itachi's a ninja than him.
I mean, that's a whole debate. That's a debatable topic, you know.
No, it's not.
I mean, what's described for Hashirama, it's not. But for what's described with Itachi, it's like you can't reach for that. You can.
No,
Because
I
Itachi
can
described-
I will directly shaft you on Hashirama versus Itachi if that's what you want.
I mean, that's a whole different thing. I'm for Hashirama, so I mean, there's no point to be a devil's advocate, honestly. But
Well, I mean, I am devil's advocate because I do.
you are,
side
yeah,
with
because
Itachi.
you're on that point, right?
But-
I'm
yeah.
saying, but like what I'm trying to point out is that Minato's reactions, right, when he attacks, is not the speed of light, which means there's no logic that could say that the Sharingan and Itachi himself.
So you're saying he doesn't
could encounter
attack at the speed of light? Okay,
Huh?
so maybe you
I'm
misinterpreted
saying
what I
he
was
moves
saying.
at the speed of light, but not attack at the speed of light. Yeah.
Maybe you misinterpreted what I was saying then. Okay,
I mean,
so
reinterpret it.
my argument was he can throw the kunai at the speed of light, right? We're there. Okay. We showed that with the animation, faster than the
Yo,
right
Afro.
Kage.
Wait, hold on.
Let's
play this
stay
clip
on
and you're
point.
done.
Let's stay on point. Is but he can't attack that fast. But the thing is he was still able to shove his kunai towards the Raikage, moving full blast a different direction. He still has to shove his kunai that fast in that direction to attack, so it still would be the speed of light since it's still keeping up with the Raikage, moving away from the kunai. Does that make sense now?
I get your point. Yeah, I get your point.
Okay.
All right. So what did you say, Kabuki?
Play that clip.
Is this the reanimations we already talked about?
Bayer's pH balancing cleanser is perfect for
Itachi being stronger in, or
Just play it.
yeah, we're backtracking. Yeah.
No, we're not backtracking, bro.
Yes, we are, because we already talked about the
Hey,
reanimation.
bro, Seth, why are you getting defensive before
I
the
mean,
clip?
he is kind of right, but I'll watch.
We
it
already
for-
talked about this. Yeah.
I'll watch it for argument's sake to see what he's trying to say. But
Afro,
I do
you
believe it is
know how
backtracking.
he flips, man.
I'm with you. That's why I'm playing
What
it.
you
But
need
like,
to realize is that this Itachi reanimated scales to EMS Sasuke. Totally different Itachi.
that
No, but as a live Itachi, I'm not saying sick and blind, which to be fair, sick and blind Itachi was still very powerful, and even Obito thought that if Itachi knew everything about him, even around that point that he could be able to kill him, which we do know Obito does scale to Minato, you know what I mean? So that Itachi's still no joke as well, but that's besides the point. If you're just going to where he's not really sick and dying and fucking blind, you know what I mean, the beginning of Akatsuki Itachi and all that, you know what I mean, or just the prime healthy Itachi when he's Anbu, when he gets Mangekyo and all that and everything, like, if you go, like, based on that stats and scaling and then give him his abilities and you name it, like, yeah, he will be just fine and perform just as great as Edo Itachi did, or even better, because he is alive. You know what I mean? We get to see that as a prime example with even Madara and all these other ninja. You know, the only thing Edo would still have over that Itachi, okay, is basically almost unlimited chakra and no stamina issues and all that. He can spam and whatever, and he's great. While the Itachi with Mangekyo, even though he's alive, which, yeah, he'd be more powerful, faster, you name it, whatever, he can only utilize a Madarazu, Tsukiyomi, or Susanoo for so long, you know? So that's something to put into consideration. But that's it.
actually is
No, but Itachi reacting there. I don't think
Because
his
he's
speed has-
reanimated. Yes, we've already described
No,
why
but you
reanimated
said
Itachi's not the
couldn't react,
same.
But he's reacting to all of this. Look, he got cool, but
But
legit.
it's reanimated. We've
No,
already been here.
But he
This
still
is
reacted at the speed of light, Seth.
He's just gonna keep
You
repeating.
don't know how strong Itachi is. Like, we don't know what is the difference. Could he dodge from Killer B? We don't know that.
We already proved that Itachi was faster and stronger when he's in Edo.
But we don't know if he's still that. Like, by how much?
Yes, you
He
know,
might still have enough.
actually, we do know how much. He
Alright,
was
go ahead.
barely able to react to Kirin, and here he is reacting to Lightspeed
But
Killer.
no, he did react to Kirin.
marvelous.
There's your difference.
Thank
He
you,
did react to
100%.
Kieran.
100%.
Barely,
This is
yes.
At a point,
What do you
we
It
had to-
wasn't barely. He reacted perfectly fine.
He
He wasn't
yeah,
even
because
able to
He
activate the full
He was
Susanoo.
half dead at that point. Sasuke beat him down,
That's
and
his
he
best
still reacted
speed
to
feat.
Kirin.
That's his best speed feat while fucking alive.
But he was half dead, and he still reacted to Kirin. So you're
Still his
saying
best
a half
speed.
dead Itachi was still
No, we
reacting to the
did.
speed of lightning?
Lightning is fodder to light. It's less
Yeah,
than
but
1,000
half
times.
dead Itachi still. So
Not even that. Itachi also has insane speed feats in just base. like was Sharingan active, what he did in part 1 Naruto, where he was moving so fast, like Kakashi with his Sharingan couldn't even perceive him moving or casting jutsu hand signs or anything like that. Like the guy's barely, like, not even moving with a muscle, and he's doing all these attacks and everything, and you name it, and like just had god tier speed. Like Itachi was no joke, bro. Beginning like no fucking joke.
Now you're saying Itachi can move at the speed of light.
How weak is half dead
Can
Itachi
Itachi move at the speed of light?
Itachi?
Yes or no?
No, he can't.
We are in fact backtracking.
How?
We already went over this one
When? I wasn't
earlier with Edo and everything. No, that's like.
Fuck Afro, man. I wasn't listening.
It's cool. Don't worry.
Hey, bro.
It's a heated debate, so it's just like it's
yeah,
easy
it is definitely heated, but like, fuck,
Yeah.
we're trying to make some gains here. Fuck, man.
Oh man,
They could make so many gains. They're not. You know what I mean? Like I don't know why they're making it so hard. Like I'm surprised they don't even show it even more and just show fucking Nagato how he can react and perform while he's just in white hair. A weakened, nerfed Nagato. You know? Like, I don't know, bro.
No,
You could have just took my fucking side.
bro, it was.
gonna have
I
to
couldn't,
talk about
bro, because Edo wasn't the one we're arguing here.
You dumb as shit.
Yo, thank you for the 3, my boy. Nah, this was fun as fuck. 10 out
This
of
was
10,
fun.
120%.
Honestly, I
love
think
this
that we're
shit, bro.
we're starting to go in circles. so maybe we
We're
should-
definitely going in circles. So
Yo,
there's
I have one point though. Minato does not throw kunais at the speed of light. I'm sorry. There's no proof.
You can keep
Sorry.
saying that,
wasn't-
man.
He wasn't.
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
no,
bro. If Minato could do that, he could
I
kill
asked him on
almost
that point.
instantly everyone.
He clarified that point in a way that makes sense, 100%.
How?
He was talking about like just the movement itself, I believe. in
It's
regards
No,
to-
no. He's saying the
Okay,
kunais
so
themselves are moving
basically-
at the speed of light.
Basically, the way you calculate speed is speed equals distance divided by time.
Please check that message.
That's the problem. Kabuki is arguing at the lot of
Hey,
arguments from
hold up,
incredulity.
relax.
Um,
But
okay.
I think honestly,
Yo, Afro,
pretty much there,
Fabian
bro.
wants to jump in.
there's no point.
Hey, let's get Fabian. Let's try, man.
Oh,
The fuck is
I don't wanna
Fabian?
get in this though.
Huh?
I don't want to. I don't want to.
All right, yeah, let Fabian. I'm done.
Because we fucking we lost. All right. So it's up
Hey,
to
Afro,
Seth.
you
Seth,
lost,
would you
bro.
want
You
to
lost,
1v1
man.
somebody else
You
for the
lost.
sake of what? Why'd you invite him? Nigga, wait. I have to see if Seth wants to do it first. What are you doing?
I mean, Seth is down, man. Stop.
Are you down, Seth?
What's up?
I mean, this
How's it
was
going?
like
The
a
fuck?
bet, you know. So you gotta even see.
Why does the man have like a
I love
pineapple?
Fabian, man.
okay.
You're gassing. Nah, they're trying to make it seem like I'm coming here for like a whole debate. I was trying to make one point earlier in the conversation when everything was going on, but you guys are pretty much moved
Well, I can
past
just
it.
give you an idea of how I'd respond if you want.
Okay,
and then
all
we
right.
can
So I was trying to write it in the chat, but you know, chat's going fast as shit. The way that I wrote it was, Seth is impressed
I'm not
that
gonna let it
Minato
turn
flipped the
that
kunai
fast,
right
so-
before being hit by Raikage's lariat. He's impressed by him teleporting away and teleporting back before being able to actually stab the Raikage.
Oh no.
B blocked Minato's attack and saved the Raikage, and Minato was trying to kill the Raikage at that time. So if your argument, well, one moment, I just want to get on. So if your argument is that Minato could speed blitz and kill anyone in the Akatsuki before their synapses and all that stuff go off, and if he's so fast that he's gonna kill everybody that can't, like, I think you said that Kakazu could take a shot, maybe if he didn't know that Sasori could take where his
And
heart
maybe
was and whatnot.
Hidan, Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. He done. But my point is just like, what makes it like in this fight that he can like he's not instantly just finishing them off with that same level of like speed and ruthlessness if he's able to do that. Whereas like if he's fighting against all of the Akatsuki, like you know what I mean? Like I don't
Here,
get.
I can describe it for you.
Okay, I appreciate.
For one, Minato actually likes Raikage A. This is going to be more of a narrative argument. But
Okay,
he
that's fine.
actually does like A and B, and I doubt he actually wants to fully kill them. He had the opportunity to kill B, and he should be faster than B at this moment, so it should have been possible for him to pull something like that off. And you could also argue that maybe Hokage Minato is faster because reanimated Hokage Minato has much better feats than the Minato that we've seen here. So this might not even be Minato's full ability. So, because like we kind of got off topic, but Minato did still react to 10 Tails Madara and 8 Gates guy later in the war arc. So that is something to consider as well for this argument. So my argument would just generally stem down there, depending on your responses, blah, blah, blah. So whatever.
I'm trying to see if I have anything. I think that's all pretty much.
Yeah.
Because
no
while it was going on, it seemed like that was just like a point that was kind of just left by the wayside. And it seemed like, you know, there might have been room to argue that point there. But the way that it was being handled is just like, they kind of just let it slip through the cracks, and I wanted to make sure that it was addressed.
I understand. Yeah, sometimes when you're watching a debate, you're like, say it!
Yeah, I'm like, wait! I was texting, I'm like, bro, let me in, please. You guys are, like, missing the key part of this, like, this point.
Yeah, when Swag was debating Kabuki at first, I was like, Swag, you better post this right now!
I appreciate
Holy shit. Yo, I gotta say, bro, this shit was fucking awesome. My respect for you, Seth, bro.
All right, but that's kind of the end of it. That's fun. It was funny. It was really interesting. Let me check out this guy real quick because who the fuck is this guy? Okay, so there's like a lot of Seth debates apparently. Is that? Oh, there's only a couple uploads. That's it. Okay. Damn. Like they're all like basically gone. All right. Well, either way, we're gonna conclude the video there. I already know this video is gonna be long as fuck. So you guys let me know what you think. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you really think Minato is just straight up speed blitzing and fucking just killing everybody before they can even blink? Or do you think certain high-powered Akatsuki members would be at least be able to react or activate jutsus and everything? Which, I'm being honest with you, if you look into Naruto, they do it, they show it, and that's scaling and everything. But anyways, do you think that as well? And in this way, since they can be able to react and activate their jutsus and all that and everything, like, there you go, teamwork's dreamwork, and it's just going to be too much for Minato, and either Minato's just going to have to retreat and leave, or he's dead, okay? What's it called? So there's that to put into consideration. But let me know what you guys think. Like the video if you guys enjoyed the video. Comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe for more content. Subscribe guys on the channel. As always, see you in the next video. Peace.